Previously on Inspired Initiative, Asja and Euan shared a moment while Rhukkarrak rested, and Maldorwen was approached by a member of the Conflux Chosen with a cryptic warning. Rhukkarrak awoke, unsettled, and sought distraction. Meanwhile, Maldorwen encountered his sister Brisa, who expressed concern for his self-sacrificing path. The party then regrouped as Cyril arrived, seeking help to uncover the cult's next move. She believed clues lay in the Spire of Devotion. Maldorwen and Rhukkarrak went with her, while Asja and Euan visited Damaris and the Heartroot sapling. There, Euan sensed the sapling's fear and stasis. At the Spire of Devotion, the group used illusion to blend in. Rhukkarrak observed formerly dead partygoers revived but weakened, while Maldorwen revealed to Cyril his ties to the cult and his growing confusion. Back in the Spire of Illumination, Damaris asked Asja and Euan to bring the Heartroot to the Conflux, a site of spiritual power that might help it grow. Asja also learned of Malak Dornes, a Mithrandil survivor who now is second in command to the Spire Guard. The group reconvened and boarded the airways, except for Rhukkarrak, who stayed behind to gather more intel. At the Verdant Oasis, the party performed a radiant ritual at the Conflux. Meanwhile, Cyril found Rhukkarrak and warned the Conflux was the cult's next target. He rushed to intercept. Just as golden light spread from the ritual, a hiss filled the air, poisonous smoke crept in, and a voice thundered, "Surrender the sapling, or pay the ultimate price." Your heart pounds in your chest, faster with every stride, echoing like war drums in your ears. The vibrant beauty of the oasis blurs past you. Flowering vines, glass-touched leaves, glimmering pools, but none of it matters. Not now. Every detail is just another obstacle between you and your allies, between you and the danger. Cyril's voice still cuts through your thoughts, sharp, urgent, undeniable. "I didn't catch much, but they were speaking in cant. I know I heard a conflux and a sapling. Something important. But they said it would happen before Almor sleeps." She had looked out the window then, watching the sun dip lower, its golden rays glowing dim. "This might be worse than the ball," she added. "I'll gather help, contacts, I trust. But if your friends are heading there, they'll need you, Rhukkarrak. I just hope you reach them in time." Then the airways slowed as a hiss of arcane wind curling through the glass corridor, just as you ready to leap into motion. She shouts one final warning. "You're Cartusi ally. Don't trust them. They're deep in this mess. Conflicted maybe, but dangerous. Be wary of a crossbolt bolt in the back. Now go." You tear through the winding paths of the oasis, lungs burning, feet pounding, panic growing with every step. The Conflux rises ahead, once serene, now shrouded in unnatural stillness. You pause for just a breath, then charge forward as the truth begins to unveil itself. A sickly green smoke curls through the trees, thick, clinging, alive. It spills over the sacred grove like a serpent claiming its nest. Visibility vanishes. The light of the ritual, once golden, is now devoured by the smog. And then a voice, warped, commanding, echoing with a venomous intent. "Surrender the sapling, or pay the ultimate price." Adrenaline surges, shadows move in the haze. Whatever voice is here, it has come for the Heartroot. I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh boy. Oh, wow.
Alrighty. So,
Hey, you didn't get a 0.
yay!
Still a 3.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
Still
much.
Yeah, you are a tree.
All right.
Nice.
Let's see here. We're going to roll for them as well. Okay, let me grab your guys' initiatives first, though. Asja, what was your initiative?
19.
19, very nice. All right, then for them... Ooh, not great. For this one... This, not much better. All right, then for Damaris, he gets his own initiative as well. Also not great. And then for Euan...
3.
3, right. Jorge does not get initiative, unfortunately. And then Maldorwen?
11.
11, okay. And then we have Rhukkarrak, who's not quite on the battle map yet. Let me just put you off to the side for now. Because you haven't quite joined the fray. You're probably a round or two out, depending on how you want to move. We're going to put you right over here. Yeah. So just
My
make you
initiative
invisible.
was 24.
24, very nice. Alrighty. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright. So, let me widen the view out a little bit here. You all in the conflux here can't see very well as the smoke currently is billowing and surrounding you all. Visibility is dampened currently, but you can see the smoke is settling. It's not going to be a ever-present visibility threat. However, immediately you sense that this smoke is not just some colorful fog. It is acrid to the to your smells, and it almost starts to make your eyes start to burn as you are sitting there. So, with that, we're going to begin the combat. Rhukkarrak, you are up first. You're about 100 to 100-ish feet away from the entrance here. You can start to see the smoke starting to billow out of the entrance of the conflux. What are you doing?
Okay. He is going to use his yeah, he's going to use his cutting action to dash with his bonus action, and he's going to use his action. So, as discussed last time, he is his clothes are illusion to look like what he was normally wearing, and he's currently looking like his orcish self.
Right.
And then he's going to go ahead and yes, his mage armor. Yeah, he's gonna collect the shadows around himself and continue to charge forward.
Okay. So with that, you use a dash and your movement, so a total of 60 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So next round, if you do the same thing, you'll be about 10 feet into the arena there, or the conflux here. Is that your turn,
Excellent. Yep.
Yep. Then we move on to Asja. At the start of your turn, Asja, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me. A 5 is going to be a fail. You take a total of 3 points of poison damage, are considered poisoned, and your visibility is reduced by, so you can only see within 15 feet of yourself. As your eyes start to just burn with the smog that starts to wrap around you, your lungs start to burn as well, and it almost starts to tingle and eat at your flesh somewhat. So yeah, for reference, the poisoned condition is going to be in play quite heavily here, so I'll read that real quick. While you have the poison condition, you experience the following effects. Ability checks and attacks are affected, and you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and all ability checks. So anytime you make an attack roll or an ability check, it will be at disadvantage while you are poisoned.
Okay.
So we'll zoom in here a little bit to kind of gauge your... That's roughly what you can see currently with the smog.
Okay. She has had her back turned to the doorway anyways, because if I recall correctly, Damaris was basically holding the pot and she was basically over the leaves, so they were facing each other. In this moment, I will make an Arcana roll if you would like, but she would just like to kind of assess the situation. What kind of ritual is Damaris doing, and how long does she figure he needs? Like, it's like if he needs 10 minutes, I'm breaking this thing, but if he only needs a minute, we can try and hold it off type deal. So this is what she's trying to judge at the moment.
You quickly look towards Damaris, and you see that his eyes have grown wide, and he has stopped chanting in the ritualistic language. He is surprised by this and seems to halt the ritual. He's no longer casting it.
Okay. She is, all right. I'm not moving. She's moving her hands down to kind of be on Damaris's hands. And, because she trusts him, so, and he hasn't given, and he seems surprised, which is good, because if he didn't seem surprised, that would be bad, and she might attack him. She is basically, she'll turn to look at Euan and smile a little and go, I think it's time to play a game. And she's going to look at Damaris and go, do you trust me?
He just wide-eyed, still kind of coughing a little bit from the smoke. I believe so, yes.
Don't resist. She is casting invisibility.
Okay. And you... Alright, so you cast invisibility, targeting yourself and Damaris?
Myself and Damaris, yes.
Alrighty, as the two of you fade from view. Wow. The sapling in Damaris' hand is also cloaked in illusion.
Yes.
Certainly faded from... Oh, let me see if I can... Yeah, there you go, Jorge. I'm gone too. Alright. Anything else for you, Asja?
No, I think they're just gonna hold still for a moment and then next round they'll start moving, but let's see how these two are moving first.
Okay. Maldorwen, it is your turn. Go ahead and make a con save for me.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Ooh. 12.
12 is a failure. You are going to take...
Alright.
26 poison damage, so 2 points of poison damage, and then your visibility is reduced to 15 feet, and you have the poison condition.
Okay, perfect. So Maldorwen is going to start stumbling back and like kind of trying to reload his crossbow, but right now, like he does like find it difficult to just like traverse through the roots, and I kind of picture him like falling over himself and being very clumsy and just like looking around, and yeah, that's what he's gonna do for now. So he's gonna buck up about like 10 feet or so.
Okay.
And I'm gonna end my turn prone.
Yeah.
Like diagonally north east.
So
yeah, kind of like where you were doing. Yes.
Yeah. You can do that. You back up a little bit, trip over some of the roots, catch yourself a bit, but then just go in with trip more than anything, and just kind of sit down and go prone. Anything else for you?
No, that's it for now.
Okay. Next up, we have the main cultist here, who is going to call out, "Your illusions will not trick me!" as he starts to move forward and casts a spell. There we go. Okay, I need... yeah. Damaris, Euan, and Asja all to make dexterity saving throws for me.
I'm sorry, you said Euan as well?
Yes.
20.
20, that will succeed.
18.
18 will also succeed. That is the DC. Let me roll for Damaris here. Hey, boop. Ooh, wow, you all succeed. Wow. All right. Oh, my bad. It's a Constitution saving throw. We'll keep the saves as they were. But you all succeeded. But you all are going to take half damage. And while in this area, you are blinded and deafened. As currently large winds start to pick up and just start to swirl almost in like a tornado sort of sense, where you see electrical like lightning start to spinning around with it, just all around you, making a complete ruckus of noise that's just deafening and just completely throws off your senses. So you all are going to take a bit of damage, but luckily not as much, thanks to the save here. Let's see. Let me double check that I'm rolling this right. I've not used this spell before. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be half damage. Which... a lot. Why? Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so you each take half damage of this. Half of it is radiant, half of it is thunder damage. So 8 plus, what is that going to be, 13? Yeah. So a total of 21 points of damage to the three of you.
Ouch.
As you're just like whipped around, you feel different roots and different rocks be picked up and just smack you and just start lacerating different portions of your body in this large heap of a storm that has just been summoned upon you. Let's see. Let me double check. Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, okay. Yep. That
Natural
is going to be
20 to hold my
Nice.
constitution for invisibility, or my
Very
concentration
nice.
for holding my.
Yep, that will do it. You
Asja's
maintain.
never said this way before, so she's not going to. But F you, dude.
All right, that will be that.
I'm so
cultist's
rude.
turn. Damaris' turn next, as he will rush over to you, Asja, trying to get a little closer, and he just starts like mouthing words, but because you're in this raucous storm here, you cannot understand him, as you are deafened. So is he. He does also take some. Let me actually roll the con save real quick for Damaris. Oh, that's not great. So he's going to take a little bit more damage. And you can see he's definitely very affected by this storm as well. Actually, no, you can't see him because he's invisible. Right, so you don't... you feel him moving a little bit, but yeah, even with your senses, it's hard to tell exactly where Damaris is and what he's doing. He's trying to do something. All right, with that, the other cultists are up. And as they rush over here, they're going to do a little bit of attacks towards the person they can see, which is Euan. Currently, they are not attacking Maldorwen. Let's see. Yep. Where'd it go? Does a 22 hit you, Euan? I believe it does.
I'm currently enraged, so AC is 17.
He's 17. Okay, so the 22 does hit. The one, or the natural one, does not, however. You watch as they shoot two, like, thunder bolts, if you will, just small motes of thunder out towards you. One of them makes contact. The other one is brushed off by the strong winds that you currently are, that encompass you. So you are going to take... whoa, that's the wrong button. Whoopsie. Let's hope it's not a d20 on damage roll. That would be bad. Alright, you take this. 8 points of lightning damage. Alright, that's those two. There is another 2 over here that also are going to do the same thing. Again, Euan being the only one currently visible. 10 and a 12, both of those miss.
Yeah, both
As
miss.
yeah, they are trying to shoot. Some of them make contact with you, but your bark skin in this scenario is just a little too thick. That with the winds battering, the impact of it doesn't quite hit. Then there are another 2 up here. A dirty 20 is going to hit, and a dirty 18 is going to hit. So both of those do hit you.
Hit.
Yeah, have to get a little closer, actually. There we go. So we're going to go here. 3 and a 5. Or a 7. So it's another 10 points of lightning damage towards you, Euan. And finally, there's a couple more that are just going to use their turn to kind of get a little more in a better position. Alright, that's the cultists. Euan, it is finally your turn.
DM, you put me into an interesting predicament.
And
So,
currently, yeah, you're blinded and deafened. Also, roll a Constitution save at the start of your turn.
18.
18 is going to save on both of the effects, and so you do not. You do still take poison damage. That is a guarantee as long as you're in the smoke. But you do not get your vision impaired, and you do not, and you don't have the poison condition. You do take 5 more points of poison damage.
Is it safe for half, or is it still full damage?
It's the full damage on the poison damage.
Right.
But yeah, you are not poisoned, and you can see normally if you weren't in this whirlwind of or tornado thing.
All right. So, at the beginning of the round, I would imagine as Euan's intent shifts from guarding and nurturing the sapling to protecting it at all costs, the vines and everything surrounding him kind of reapply themselves as the armor that everyone is used to seeing by this point. But in Euan's past life, his entire purpose was to guard the tree, and we find ourselves in another situation where he is guarding the sapling of the heartroot. And someone is coming after it, and there's smoke. And now there is a cacophonous roaring of wind. And he is, for a brief moment, back in that moment, when he is running towards the Quran tree, and the barracks explodes. And while people may not be able to see him as well right now, as these vines turn themselves or realign themselves into this armored bodysuit that he wears, and the tendrils from him reach out towards Asja and provide, because I do not need to see the target, they just have to be within 10 feet of me.
Very nice.
Provide 10 points of temporary hit points to Asja.
As you are currently, your physical senses are just blared out, but you take a moment to feel your inner tree, if you will, and sense around you, and you do sense the strong life force of Asja you've grown very accustomed to, and you reach out with those tendrils in that way. So Asja, you do get that bonus. And
Euan's eyes would slit like a carnivorous cat stalking its prey. Any softness in his face would disappear, replaced with a raw fury, as he is going to bolt straight out of this cloud, great sword in hand, straight forward to where the person that was casting the spell was.
Alrighty.
I have 40 feet of movement. I believe I can about make it to him.
You can, for sure. As you rush out of it, it still batters and tosses you no extra additional damage on top of it. You finally get out of it, and then finally you can sense with your senses, being able to save from the mist, you can actually see around you, and you do see a masked individual with robes and a couple other similarly dressed individuals out their side.
Euan runs up directly to him. It sounds as though he's trying to speak, and it's just coming out as guttural, growling noises that resemble the cadence of language, as he is unable to process in this blind fury right now. And I'm going to recklessly attack with the great sword. The fool in front of me who thought it was a good idea to try to do this.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
There it is. That is a 15.
15
to
misses.
hit. All right, he still takes 5 points of damage because of the great sword mastery.
Very nice. Okay.
So that mastery, for the sake of the audience.
The nick, right?
Let me get to
No,
features.
that's the dagger. It's the...
It's graze, so if my attack with the
Graze,
great sword misses, I can still deal damage equal to the ability modifier used to make the attack.
Very nice. And so it's your strength, and so your strength modifier is +5.
So,
Yep.
it's going to take +5 or 5 damage with that. As he raises the blade again and swings for a second time. I thought that was a nat 20 for a second.
Close.
But it's going to be a 16.
16
which
does
is also
hit.
not going to. It does hit, right?
Yes.
In that case, he's going to take 15 points of great sword damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you
And-
rush up to this individual who looks very confident, even though you cannot see their facial features, stepping forward, you swing out with your sword, and very deftly they dodge to the side, but you still nick a little bit of their arm as they grimace, and then you swish back around with the sword again and get a pretty good cut out of their abdomen area.
And with my bonus action, the wings will unfurl from the vines surrounding my back. And that's Euan's turn.
Okay. With that, it's Jorge's turn. No, it's Rhukkarrak's turn. All right, Rhukkarrak. What are you doing?
Okay, we're gonna basically do what we did last time, except instead of gathering my armor, we're going to go ahead and kind of blur my image with those shadows, casting Blade Ward.
All right, now the smoke is encompassing the entirety of this conflux here. You will have to enter it in order to get any closer than the edge of the map here. Do you do so? You can. This is where you would get with your 60 feet of movement.
So anywhere within the edges of the map,
Yes,
I
it's
get
all smoky.
the poison.
Yeah, you'll have to make a con save.
Can I see through it?
Not really. It's tricky, especially, I'll say, you could probably make out a vague figures up here, and you could try to like throw a dagger or shoot your short bow at them, but they would have like 3/4 cover.
He's going to attempt to hold his breath and rush in.
Holding your breath does help, so go ahead and make the Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Con save with advantage.
Ooh,
Oh, does not help at all.
that is a failure.
2 4s for a total of 5.
You rush in and attempt to hold your breath, but you just sprinted like across part of Valtari. Your lungs are burning already just from running that much. So you try to hold your breath for a moment, but you have to take a deep inhale in order to keep your lungs satiated. And with that, the smog infiltrates your system and you take some damage. And then your eyes just start burning, and so you can't see much ahead of you. 5 points of poison damage, and your visibility is reduced to right about there. I will say you can still, like, if you again short bow shoot in that direction, but it will be treated as if you're blind. You can't see the target, and so you can't. Like, you would have disadvantage on the attack roll no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, he's used his action to cast Blade Ward,
Right.
and his bonus action to dash. So
Okay.
that's it.
Alrighty. And then you are poisoned as well. All right. Then with that,
Yep.
we move to
Put it on my sheet,
Asja.
so I remember.
It's your turn, Asja. You cannot see yourself there. That's kind of fun.
I can't see myself.
Here, I'll make you visible so you can
Please.
see for this round here. At the start of your
alright.
turn, you are no longer poisoned, but I need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me. 15. That does succeed from the visual let me double check my notes here.
I can't see poop anyways right now because I have the world swirling around my head. So
Okay, so no, you are no longer poisoned for this round. You do still have the visual impediment though, and you do still take the poison
Okay.
damage. You succeeded
Alright.
from the poison effect. So 4 more points of poison damage to you, which should just eat into that temporary HP. Alright, and now it's your turn. What would you like to do?
all right. So as I said in the last round, she had put her hands on Damaris's hands under the pot.
Yep.
So there was for a purpose. One hand is going to kind of slide up, and she's going to kind of grasp at the pot, just so that it's firm. But she's going to try and grab his hand so that he's holding her hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can do that. He didn't move far away, so he's still in that general vicinity.
Okay, and then they are gonna start. She's gonna start taking him. Never eat shredded southeast. So diagonal southeast. We're gonna start moving diagonal southeast. Sorry, it's hard when all I can see is one square.
All right, so southeast, you do get out of the storm there, so your visibility opens up a little bit, but it's still your eyes are still burning. And
all right,
you
well,
are
if it could
holding
open
his
up
hand. So he is falling.
the direction. Yeah, if it could open up in the direction that I'm trying to go in, so I can see where I'm going a little bit. Okay, perfect. Can I continue going down? So that's me 10 feet. So 20 feet would take me to that rock edge border.
Yep.
Okay, now we are going to go 10 feet into the bushes. I'm going to move him into the bushes.
Okay.
Yep, we're going in the bushes. Not like rustle the bushes, but like maybe by a tree or something like that, just so that
Okay.
it's not like, hey, we're over
Would
here.
you like to give a stealth check here? That will be your action to do so, but that will greatly help your visibility. You will have advantage on it because you are invisible, but
Oh,
you do notice
advantage?
there
Okay,
is
hold
smoke rushing around you, and you are just like you're rushing
Okay,
through it, and so
16.
there is a little bit of. 16 is pretty good though. So you believe you are not seen currently.
Hopefully. Yay. All right.
Alrighty.
And that is our action.
Yep.
Well, my
We'll,
action. And
We'll hide you over there in the
can make me
bushes.
invisible again. Yep.
Yep.
We're
All right,
just- I'm aiming for a door. Is pretty much what I'm trying to do. Is get around
Yep.
these guys and aim for a door.
Maldorwen, it is your turn. Go
Alright,
ahead
so
and roll
Maldorwen.
Constitution saving throw at the
Okay,
beginning
yes,
of your turn.
Constitution saving throw. Of course. 17.
is success on both effects, so you are no longer poisoned. You do still take the damage, but you can see just fine.
Oh, okay.
6 points of
Ooh.
poison damage.
Right. So, I'm still like stumbling and like crawling backwards.
Yep.
Seems like I'm prone, right? And like Maldorwen is just like his confusion has reached its climax, and if it's like he doesn't know what to do, so he's just gonna shoot at whatever, like letting a bolt go southwards.
Okay. You can see pretty decently with your helm and everything, and you didn't get poisoned, so you can see a bit more of the map here.
I think it's just like more of a mechanical thing of he's just like he's training, just making him shoot, but he's not aiming for anything actually. Just like,
okay.
Like if you want, we could roll a d4 for the group that's down there.
Yeah, that works. We'll say go ahead and roll a d8. On 1 through 4, you don't hit anything, and then we'll have each of these be so 5, 6.
Okay, I don't hit anything.
So just goes pew, just whizzes past.
I'm gonna action search shoot, then bonus action shoot. No, I'm kidding. Yes, Maldorwen is just like immensely confused, and just like I think he bumps like his helmet with the brute there, and there's where he stops. He's looking around. He doesn't see Asja or Rhukkarrak, I think.
Yeah, you not really with the smog. The visibility is still somewhat limited with it, and you can't really see Rhukkarrak all the way, especially with these guys here.
All right, and that's it.
All right. We move back down to the main cultist turn, at which point the storm does stop in the middle there and does no longer continue, as this cultist is now in contact with or combat with Euan here. You watch as they pull a pretty wicked looking blade from their side. Very finesse and very light, but it also looks incredibly sharp as they strike out towards you in a flurry of attacks here. At 22,
right.
9, and 27. So 2
That will
hit, and 1 misses. Going to be all right. Oh, actually see. All right. And for whatever reason, Foundry isn't liking to give me the information, so I have to look at D&D Beyond for it. It's fine though. It's So for the first attack, it's going to be 11 reduced to 5 points of slashing. Then 22 points of radiant damage.
Yep, he's down.
You just feel this course of just pure energy just start cutting through you. And it doesn't feel great. You go down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I only had 17 left.
Yeah. So as it tears through your bark skin there with a bright light of electrical radiance, you slope down, go to a knee, and then just fall unconscious. Everything around you going black. As you can hear this individual, those of you that are still up, you might get a glimpse of the voice just saying, "Fools!" Right. With that, they will move over and shout towards the other people, "Secure the exits!" And that will be their turn, though. Well, actually, they're going to start moving their way back. Actually, can they get to Rhukkarrak? He doesn't really know Rhukkarrak's there, though. Okay. He'll turn back to go towards the exit to, secure the exit. But I'm not going to give him an attack on Rhukkarrak, too, because he didn't really notice you were there, Rhukkarrak. He didn't attack or anything. But I will say he now does notice you were there for the future turn. All right, Damaris is going to still be with Asja there. And now that you two are no longer in that raucous noise, you can hear what's around you. Damaris just quietly... I'm also going to actually make him roll a stealth check as well. 18, nice. He just quietly says, "What is our plan here?" And Asja, you can respond in this moment if you would like.
We need to get the tree out. Do you trust me?
I don't see my other options. Let us go. All right. With that, it is then the rest of the cultists who quickly rush back towards the exits. These ones will, they will rush towards this exit. Rhukkarrak, let's see. You have your blade ward up. Do you have a weapon drawn currently?
Unfortunately, I forgot to say anything about that, so no.
Alright, well, go ahead. They are rushing towards you. They see you. They make eye contact. They have masks on, so you don't actually see their eyes. But they are rushing in that direction and notice your presence. They look not completely hostile towards you because they don't know exactly if you're in on this or if you're just a bystander currently. If you would like, you can make a deception check to try to persuade them that, oh yeah, I'm just a bystander. Yeah. Would you like to do that, or do you want to show aggression towards them?
Okay, so Ruka has limited sight right now, correct?
Yes.
So does that mean he has not seen Euan go down?
Correct.
Then I get he's not sure what is going on yet. So I guess he's going to not try to engage them immediately. So yes, he would try to just kind of look like a bystander at this point.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll me a deception check then.
Yeah, he's not intentionally trying to do it, but it was just by default because he doesn't know what's going on. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Yeah, they rush over. One of them comes over and just shouts to you, "What are you doing here?"
I'm just looking for... What are you doing here?
They make mask contact, and one of them just nods, and he pulls a blade on you.
Yeah.
That's going to only be a 13, though, so I don't think that hits.
No, it does not.
Alright, so as you know that was coming, they made it pretty obvious, and so you duck out of the way, and they don't make contact. Alright, that's them. These other two secure this exit, and likewise, these guys go all the way back up. Alright, with that, Euan, it is your turn. Please go ahead and roll a death saving throw for me.
I have to ask you a question first, DM. Because he attacked me twice, and you only rolled damage for one attack.
I did, yes. Yeah, go ahead and mark. I guess I'll roll again here and see if he.
Well, I mean, the second attack, or the one
if
attack
it hits,
missed,
it's gonna be a critical.
Right, so it'd be 2 death saves.
We'll say no. As you fall down, he does not attack you.
Right. I have advantage on this roll.
You do.
It's a 19.
19. Definitely.
So close.
A 19. Did it add the 2 numbers? I think it did. So it was a 10. It still succeeded.
All right. Yeah, it looked like.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
The die on my screen looked like it rolled a 19 as well, which is.
Oh, really? That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you succeed. We move on to the top of the round with Rhukkarrak. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Constitution save?
Yes. As the poisons surround you. Oh, that is a failure.
That's a 4.
You are poisoned, and You take some damage. 5 more points. And have limited visibility.
Yup.
all
I
you
guess
can
I have to do a concentration check to maintain my. Oh, that's a 3. Oh, this is not going well.
So your blade ward drops.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm gonna pull out my sword and dagger. And
Okay.
yeah, it's a to light the sword is a bonus action, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then he is going to use bonus action to light it. He's going to use the his action to attack with it, and then his dagger nick ability to
Okay.
attack with the dagger as well as part of that attack.
And just stacking this guy right here.
Yup. He's the one that attacked me, so
That is very true.
first we will attack with... Okay, I have disadvantage on this attack.
Ooh,
Would have
natural
been
one.
decent, but no, it's 1. Okay,
Yeah, you go to swing and you just... Your lungs are just burning so much and you just cough and it throws off your swing.
Yep, so then we go with the dagger. And that also fails.
9, yeah, does not hit.
Okay. He's swinging wildly at this guy, trying to do something.
Alright.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Asja, we move over to you. Let me make you visible. Weep. Damaris is just north of you. You can feel his hand.
Yeah.
You, I will say, actually, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, please, dice.
You currently can't see. I'll say because you
7.
they do fail. You were able to see Euan drop there. You do, as you look towards it, your eyes go a little wide and the smog just burns them and you have to like squint. So your visibility does drop again and you take another 1 point of poison damage.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I have a question for you on. So I have a call question for you. Invisibility is broken if I cast a spell or attack or anything like that. Healing light doesn't read like a spell. I'm channeling celestial energy.
Right, let me double check.
Can I do healing light without breaking the invisibility?
And let me double check invisibility wording real quick. I think so. Why? D&D Beyond. There it is. A creature touched. The spell ends turn after the target makes an attack, roll the damage, or cast a spell. Yeah, it used to, I believe, say, or if you affect another creature, but it does not say that in the 2024 rules. And so, yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it would break it.
Hey, Dad! Get the F up! Okay, that's 1, but you're at least up. Whatever, I don't care!
Do you need a touch for that, or is it 30 feet?
Crit. Okay, it is a touch, so we're gonna go 10, 25 over to Dad and give him a little touch.
Yep. Damaris is following
Sorry,
you. as
Damaris, you're coming with me as we creep around.
well. Now, is Healing Touch a bonus action, or is it an action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay. Would you like
So that's
to
why I
use
said bonus action.
stealth as
Bink,
your...
bink, bink. And my
action?
stealth will be my action to get over to him. Oh, God. That's a 10 for stealth.
10. You're pretty stealthy, but the radiant light surrounding Euan is a little noticeable, even though it is only 1 point. And so you're not positive if they know exactly where you are, but they might have an idea now that you healed him.
The radiant toot.
Anything else you would like to do? You still have 5 feet of movement if you would like.
Yeah, we're gonna move 5 feet southeast.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Next up, Maldorwen, it is your turn. Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw for me. '21 succeeds. You are not affected by anything other than a little bit of the damage. 2 points of damage.
All right. Did I see Euan fall?
I'll say you didn't, but now as you kind of reorient yourself, you do see Euan kind of on the ground there. Yes.
Okay,
He's not
so
quite
Maldorwen is just will yell out,
And
Ortiz! Yeah?
I'll say too, with your passive perception, you do see a little glint of radiant energy that surrounds him for a moment.
Radiant tooth? Okay. And then I'm just gonna stand up.
Yep.
So it takes half my movement.
Right.
Still have 15 feet. And I think I'll dash. Yes.
Yeah.
Just gonna dash towards
45.
Euan.
You can get right next to him.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And that's gonna be my turn. Just like
Alrighty.
trying to see what happened, if I can help maybe.
Okay.
And
With that then, it is the main cultist's turn once more. Who is going to look back towards Maldorwen and Euan there, seeing... Yeah, you got good enough passive perception that he did notice the light there. Yeah, he's going to turn around and march back up towards here and just kind of call out, "Where are you? You cannot hide!" And with that, once more, he'll actually just take out that same blade and start swinging it a little wildly, not knowing exactly where you are, Asja. You're gonna have a disadvantage on this. He's gonna like come like right next to you, and he's going to swing at Euan once more too. That is gonna have advantage on the roll against Euan. So
Yeah, I went unconscious, so the rage is dropped. My AC is 12.
yeah, so that does hit you. So you are back down. As just he doesn't like stab you, and he just nicks him enough that a little bit of blood spurts off and Euan falls unconscious once more. As kind of looks towards Maldorwen, the same mask that you saw glistening from the ember light of the Somnom district there. Blank expression from the mask, but then just starts swinging wildly around. We're gonna give him like triple disadvantage just because you are invisible. So for the first roll, there's a 15 hit.
No.
Okay. So you watch as
No,
he
it
just
does
starts to swing and you barely duck under it. Not quite taking that, but he does have one more attack. So another triple disadvantage.
Roll a 1, stab yourself. Come on.
A 12. And so he doesn't quite make contact, and with that he just makes a little kind of like a grunt of frustration, if you will. With that, though, I believe that is their turn. Damaris' turn, who is currently like right by you, Asja, also like bobbing and weaving from these attacks. Actually, I'm gonna say one of those hit Damaris. You rolled good enough the first time that one of those, it would make sense that it missed you barely, but it hit Damaris still. Because Damaris's AC is not great. So, yeah, Damaris cries out in a bit of pain. Still up, though. You can still feel him, like, grasp onto your hand, Asja, there. Alright, he's then going to, like, try to circle around a little bit to, like, the opposite side of you, and, like, over in this direction, Asja. You can kind of feel your hand being pulled that way. The cultist here does get an opportunity attack, though, with that. Natural one. So
You did it.
Dice gods. Thank you.
he's found you, and then slices towards that area, but Damaris has already fled. All right, and Damaris is not going to cast or do anything, as he believes the invisibility is what's saving his life right now. He will not try to break that. All right, next up is the Fanatics. Who these two down here are going to get Rhukkarrak. So first roll.
That sounds like the name of a song.
It's going to be an 18 to hit.
Rhukkarrak's going to use his the new skills he's learned from Euan, and is going to just kind of dance around the attack, using his reaction to parry.
Okay.
His AC is increased by 3 until the start of his next turn, so he has an armor class of 20.
All right, so that does not hit. If something misses, do you get to attack in response or anything like that, or is it just a bonus to AC?
No, just bonus to AC until the end of my next turn, or the start of my next turn.
Okay, very nice. So that one goes wide as you deftly dodge around it. The second one is going to attack you as well. Oh, that's a natural 20. So as you're dodging and you're very nimbly dodging this one, the other one just stabs you right in the back. And it's going to be...
Ouch.
This and this. Total of lots of damage. Let me add these all up real quick. Ooh.
17.
Well, 17 for the... But it was a critical, so it was doubled. So this one, that's only a 1 plus... 17 plus 8. Gonna be 25, right? Yeah, 25 points of damage. Part of that is, I believe, radiant. Yeah. Yeah, take 25 points of damage. That is their turn. These individuals
but he's not down.
are going to just maintain their positions. Not hearing from the boss that he needs help currently, and still wanting to make sure the exits are secure. That is going to be the cultist's turn. Euan, it is your turn. Go ahead and make another death saving throw for me.
All right. I'm just gonna roll it twice so there's no confusion this time.
That works.
That's a 17.
17 does succeed. Okay, very nice. All right, we move on. Rhukkarrak, it is your turn. Are you like...
Okay.
I don't know what that effect is. That's funny.
Constitution save for the poison,
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Oh, Euan, you need to make that as well. 11 fails. 25 succeeds.
25. Can I give some of that to Rhukkarrak?
I wish.
Euan, you do take a fail on the save, though. So you have one failed death save because of the toxins that are eating at you. Pretty much. So Rhukkarrak, you do fail. That's going to be a 2 points of poison damage, and your visibility and poisoned effect are in effect. What would you like to do?
Okay. Rhukkarrak's starting to panic a little bit. Now, did we agree that he could do his frost armor as part of his attack. Is that correct?
It's been a couple of weeks. I don't. You could. What we decided is yes, as long as you use like the nick on your sword. Like you still have to use the action for your frost, but then you can bonus action slice with like your short sword, I think, and then nick with your dagger as well. Something like that.
So I can still get 2 attacks and the frost armor?
Well, can you make a... You only have one. You don't have multi-attack yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Nick just makes it so that 1 attack...
So you can make the 1 additional attack with the nick, I believe.
Okay. That's what I was expecting, was that I would get the frost armor and then 1 attack, and that's just with the dagger?
Yes.
Okay. That is fair enough. Okay. I get 2d10 temporary hit point. There's
11. Not bad.
not terrible. Okay, and then he's going to lash up with his dagger that he has disadvantage on. It's poisoned. Stupid poison.
Oof.
You didn't matter. I got 2 2s. What the heck is up with these?
Oh,
I got 2 4s and I got 2 2s.
The snake eyes. Alright, yeah, unfortunately, once more, you breathe out that cold armor that solidifies as crystalline spikes across your body. But doing so, you need to then breathe in the toxins that are surrounding you, and that just throws off your whole balance here, and you do not strike them, unfortunately. Any movement for you?
Okay. No, that's it. He's stuck between these 2 stupid guys.
Yep. Asja, it is your turn. Please go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
On it. Oh, thank God. 21.
21 does succeed. You do still take 5 points of poison damage, though, as it's not necessarily... You maintain holding your breath and not breathing in a big puff of this smog, but it's literally just like corroding your skin as well. It's just biting at you. And so 5 more points of poison damage. But you have full visibility and are not poisoned.
Okay. I am standing right next to Dudelicious here. I'm going to take a moment. Can I basically take in identifying marks or anything like that so that, you know, if she does make it out of this, she can report to somebody what this guy at least looked like. Like,
So,
that was some more dead.
at a
like,
brief
can I-
glance, they are very heavily
Yeah.
robed. And you can see they have
Okay.
like gloves on and everything. Probably what you can assume is to not be some sort of protection from this toxin that has filled the air. And they have a full-on mask covering their face. If you would like, you can use your action to make like an investigation or perception check to try to get more of those
Nope.
finer details.
Nope,
It would
nope.
actually be an
That's
action, so-
all I wanted was a clear, like, this is the description I can give people. There we go. All right. No. Asja's plan is still to get the heck out of Dodge with this little sapling in her possession. So we're gonna do a stealth for the action.
Okay.
Damaris looks. Oh, I can't tell if Damaris looks hurt.
You can hear he's pretty hurt. He's not doing great. He's still up, but he's not doing great.
I know, but all right, we're gonna move him. Okay, we're gonna move with him, but we're going to. Oh goodness. Okay, we're gonna go 30 feet straight down, and I will do stealth.
Yep. Ooh,
That would be a 22.
that's very good. 30 feet straight down gets you right there.
Perfect. And I'm bringing the old man with me, at least for now. He
Okay.
might get ditched, but he might. Sorry. All right. Yeah. No. That's all we can do is movement, because she can't cast any spells or do anything to break this invisibility. So she can now see the fact that Rhukka is also getting the crap kicked out of him, and she's just gonna start feeling really bad. But at the same time, the tree is important.
That it is. All right.
And it's what they're here for, so if they don't get it, the better.
Maldorwen, it is your turn.
Okay, so Maldorwen is gonna snap at the cult leader and say, "Stop! I did what you asked."
And what would that be?
Ugh. Enough of your games. And I am going to run around him to the right,
Okay. Like this.
but I don't want to get in his combat range.
To the...
Yes, that'll be like, what, 10 feet?
That's 10 feet there.
Okay, so I want to go around him. So 15 straight south, right?
Okay. Technically, that is where Damaris is currently. Because he has
Oh my God.
moved.
Yeah,
And so
but
we'll say,
I'm small. Can I just like go around him?
yeah. Go
Also
ahead.
15 for poison.
15. Okay, so you do succeed on the reduced vision, but you do gain... No. Your vision is reduced, but you're not poisoned. You do take this. Thank you for reminding me. 3 points of poison as well.
Okay.
Oh,
I
man.
failed? Okay.
You failed on part of it. It's 16 DC for the vision reduction, and then 14.
So I'm
DC.
poisoned?
You are not poisoned, but you are
Okay.
have reduced vision. Yeah. Yeah, you're about to bump right into Mars unknowingly because he's invisible. Go ahead and just roll a dexterity check for me. I'm gonna roll one for Damaris too, and we're gonna see. I don't think it'll be a super high roll.
What
but,
happens?
Yeah, if you guys bump into each other, that will very clearly give away his position. 16 on your end, only 9 on his end. The average there is what, like 25, 13, 12.5. 12.5. We'll say, yeah, you don't quite
Come on.
bump into him, especially because Asja is like already leading him away in this moment. It's just all happening at the same time. And so I'll say with your passive perception, you do know that like there is someone right next to you. Here.
Okay.
I'll say you cannot enter that space though, because that is where he's occupying that space currently. But I'll say you don't run right into him with the 16. So if you want, you can like pivot up and around or something like that.
Yeah, can I make it all the way like towards this guy's back?
You were right here, 10, and then yeah, you can just go right there. But you don't want to enter melee, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but 15, yeah. Whoop. You can arc right around there.
Okay. Then that was like my movement, right?
Yep.
I guess. Okay. So I'm gonna reload and shoot.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So that 20 hit.
A 20 does hit.
All right. So I'm gonna deal some damage, but what I want to do is push him 10 feet.
10 feet forward. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty, you can definitely do that. Wee.
And what do I need to administer you a potion? An action or bonus action?
So administering a potion is just a bonus action in 2024. If you have a potion on you, you can use a bonus action to do so.
Okay. So, yes, Maldorwen is gonna shoot at them, and then, oh my god. Ugh. I need to action surge. Run up to this guy.
You're running up to him, like right behind you there?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And bonus action, giving you a potion.
Okay. So using your action surge as a dash and the bonus action as a potion for Euan.
Yes.
All right. So
6?
6 points of healing to Euan.
That's
And
something.
he is just like pissed. And as he runs by Euan, he says, "We won't go down without a fight." And that's my turn. He'll toss the crossbow to the side and get his rapier out.
Yeah, the cultist in response just says, "What a disappointment." Alright, with that, it's the cultist's turn, who was not very happy. Who is going to call out towards the people down there. Make sure that is fortified! And then just take 3 swipes at you, Maldorwen. Ooh. 11 probably doesn't hit. Natural 20. Ow. That isn't going to hit. That's not going to be pretty. Ruh-roh. And then a natural 18 for a total of 27. The 2 of those.
You stopped critting there.
Oh. Alright, that's going to be a lot of damage. So we'll do the crit first here.
It's going to be all the damage.
46 plus 5 slashing. So 19 points of slashing damage. And then... Ooh. 88 radiant damage. 35 points of radiant damage for a total of 54 points of damage from that one slice.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, with that, you just watch as he, with that saying, "What a disappointment," he quickly turns very, very deftly and raises the sword as it starts to spark with that, like, pure white lightning once again, and just quickly strikes towards you, and you just feel it, like, cut across your neck, and you just, blood gushes. Not a completely fatal wound, but enough to drop you as you fall unconscious. He'll then look towards Euan. Euan, would you like to play dead?
Absolutely not.
Alrighty, seeing you kind of stumbling, trying to get a bearing after that potion, he just says down to you, "Stay down," and slices towards you once more. Oh my god! Yeah, Euan's down again. You're down.
You might want to roll the damage on that, because that has the chance to outright kill me.
You're right. It very much does. What is your total hit points? You have 6. And then what's your max HP?
65, so he would have to roll 71 damage.
All right, let's see this.
Which is very doable with 8d8 doubled.
Well, it's 48, doubled to 8d8.
All right, that's all right.
Yeah. Plus 5. So this is the slashing damage. 18. Plus 30. So no, it doesn't quite
Right.
fully put you under.
Still
But
52 points of damage. Jeez.
yeah, you watch as the first nick was just enough to bring you back to unconscious. This one is more of a frustration, just a big gouge out of your back. As he looks down south towards the other cultists and starts moving that direction. Kind of stepping over Maldorwen as he falls unconscious. Alright, with that, we move towards Damaris. It was now with Asja there. And just kind of grabs your hand and just says to you very quietly again, "Go, flee. I have to do something." And lets go of your hand. Yeah, he does so. You were both like holding it, and yeah.
She's got the tree. Yep, she's holding it.
We'll put you back invisible. As Damaris steps away, he doesn't have much more movement. He'll get roughly up there. Then I have to roll for Damaris here. Constitution. He's relatively low too. That is a success though, so he does take the damage, but nothing else. Just good. 2 more points, okay. Let's put him down. Alright. We will... yeah. He is going to move up a little bit more. Let me double check the spelling on here, or the wording on this spell. Make sure that this does work. Yes, 6 creatures and a 30-foot radius. So you watch as Damaris's form starts to reapparate, the illusion fading, as radiant energy starts to swell from his hands as he casts Mass Cure Wounds. Targeting pretty much... whoa, that's not what I want to do. Hold up. Wrong button. Targeting Maldorwen, Euan, not Asja, because I believe you have to see the target.
Yeah, you have to see me, so it's fine.
Just 6 creatures. Oh, it doesn't... just 30-foot radius. It doesn't say you need to see them, actually. It doesn't specify that. So knowing your general vicinity, I'll say he'll be able to target you as well. Each target regains hit points equal to 3d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier. Very nice. You all are going to heal some. And Rhukkarrak, you're within... yeah, you're within 30 feet too, so he targets you as well.
Excellent.
He's like, yeah, targets yeah, himself and everybody else here. Plus a 4. Ooh, not great on the roll. That is 11 hit points that you all get back, but it does bring back up both Euan and Maldorwen there. And then heals Rhukkarrak and Asja a bit as well. Very nice. As he just kind of calls out, "I don't know who you are, but this is madness!" Alright, with that, it is the Fanatic's turn, or the cultists down here, who are going to be attacking Rhukkarrak some more. Actually, they have... yeah, one is going to step right back over here, and one is going to attack you, then step over here as well. So they are more or less barricading the doorway there. There is still room to squeeze past them, but it is very likely that they will feel someone moving past them. But they do attack you twice, Rhukkarrak, as they do so. First attack is going to be 19 to hit.
He's going to parry it.
Parry. Alright, so that increases your AC. So that one does not hit. And the second one's only a 13. So you can nimbly dodge their attacks. They do not make contact and look to refocus. You can get an opportunity attack. Actually, no, you cannot because you buried as your reaction as the other one steps back over there. Alright. Yes.
Hold on. I think the frost...
the frost deals damage if they damage you, right? Which they do not hit this turn.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay. Yep. With that,
well, because so parry says when another creature hits you with a melee attack, and the Armor of Agathis says when a creature hits you with a melee attack.
I'll
However,
say because
parry
you parried
makes it a
off,
miss.
Yeah, it makes it a miss. So the armor back this doesn't
Okay.
quite affect.
That's what that would made sense to me, but I'm like, can I get this in? Okay.
These ones are going to start dashing over this way as well. Seeing more of the combat in that direction and wanting it to be a little more useful than just standing sentinel guards. The ones up top don't quite see everything that's going on though. All right. That's their turn. Euan, it is your turn.
Euan is going to stand up, look down at Maldorwen, and that deep rumble is going to happen in his throat as he's going to use his last rage of the day. Nope, it's not the last rage. I have one more rage after this, but is the last bracelet usage of the day. As he will use his bonus action to go into a rage, giving him 6 temporary hit points as well.
Oh.
He can't do anything about Maldorwen being down right now.
Maldorwen is not.
He sees. Oh, I thought Maldorwen was unconscious.
He was, but the mass cure wounds.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
brought him
right.
back
That's
up.
right. Sorry. Lots of processing going on at once. My
Yep.
apologies. So he will look down at Maldorwen and echo his words. We're not going down without a fight, brother. As the rage takes hold and he will step up, even if it is just to buy Asja more time to get out. And will swing.
Okay.
Full reckless attack action. Here we go. That's a 23 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
And so close to a natural 20. 27 to hit.
27 also hits.
So that is going to be 12 damage for the first greatsword swing. And then 9 damage for
And 9
the
more.
next greatsword swings for a total of 21 over both attacks. And
Okay.
then, though he is breathing heavily and he's going to maintain a defensive stance and stare the fanatic in the eyes as his eyes once again form those cat-like predatorial slits as his training in life purpose takes over, I guess.
As the blink mask expression just stares back, you can't quite make out the irises of the eyes at all, just the dark silhouette of a space there. Anything else for you, Euan?
No, that's action and bonus action. That's 25 feet out of my 40 feet of movement. You know what? Locking eyes with him, Euan will start to circle him. And circle just around to his back.
Yep. You can do so. Well, you stood up here. That's 5 feet.
Well, it's
Then
20 feet to
5.
stand.
Yeah,
is
okay, you have
20
enough.
feet to stand, yeah. I have a total of 40 that I can spend.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep. Just to get between him and the doorway.
Right.
And that's Euan's turn.
Alrighty. Next up is Rhukkarrak. Euan, I do need you to make a con save.
I refuse.
I won't give you post disadvantage on your stuff if you fail.
That's 15.
15. Okay, so you didn't
16,
get poison.
16, pardon me.
Oh, 16. Yeah, perfect. So you save on both. So you just take a little bit of poison damage. 3 points. Poison damage. All right, now we move over to Rhukkarrak.
Okay. We're going to do that con save first.
Yep.
He has not been able to succeed. I got a 12
12 is unfortunately not enough.
for either of them. Okay,
Nope.
fine.
That's 6
Okay.
points of poison damage to you, and yeah, your visibility is reduced, and you have the poison condition.
Okay, so Ruka has not been able to see anything that's going on over there, but I'm pretty sure he would have heard the shouts of defiance and the leader saying such a disappointment.
Yeah.
Which honestly makes him feel better about Maldorwen a little bit. He's still a little suspicious because of what he was told, but he thinks maybe Maldorwen betrayed them. Okay. And they're talking about guarding this entrance. So, yeah, Rhukkarrak's just going to... He's going to move one step to the right.
Yep.
Just so that hopefully get away from the range of that other guy. And then just start stabby this guy.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll to attack. You do have disadvantage because you are poisoned.
Yep. Okay, disadvantage.
Ooh.
Ugh. That is very disappointing.
Is rip.
And disadvantage on this one.
Oh no!
That's a natural 20! Oh! Darn you!
15 does still hit though. So you do still
It's a
hit.
dirty
It's
20
just
with the 15.
Not quite the natural.
Not the natural 20 because of stupid poison.
Yep.
Okay. Well, at least he gets to hit with the dagger. Ooh, that is max damage for 6.
It's 6 damage, very nice.
Yep, and he does not get his
Sneak attack.
special attack for being rogue, so that's it. It's turn.
Alrighty. We then move on to Asja. Asja, would you please make a
Constitution
save? Yeah. Ooh,
That's a 9.
that is a 9, which is a failure on both accounts.
Yep.
You take only 1 point of damage there,
That's fine.
but your visibility is reduced, and you are poisoned.
Cool. Could you speak?
Oh, yeah, you can't see yourself. There you are.
I can see my token. Thank you. I don't know where I am. All right.
That's about what you can see there.
Alamor, Lou, protect me. She is dashing straight south. She is
Okay.
clutching this tree to her chest and just running as fast as she is channeling, running through the woods as a child when, you know, there were pyro skills after. She is just channeling anything. Usain Bolt, bring it on. Best elven runner there's ever been. You know, she's just going and she's dashing as fast as she can straight out of this building.
Okay.
And
As
hopefully
you
I have enough hit points to take a hit if he actually does hit
get
me.
there,
Okay. Yep.
they're gonna roll. Opportunity attack. It does have
he
a
get his triple
disadvantage.
again?
Does he what?
Does it triple a disadvantage
No,
again? or just
you are not
disadvantage?
stealthing, and you are.
I'm not
It's pretty
stealthing,
obvious
yeah.
where you are as you rush as fast as you can. It parts the smoke, and they can very. They can't
Yeah,
see you, so
I
it's
get
still
it.
disadvantage on the roll, but that's not
fine.
the right roll. This is the right roll. 16. And a 13. Don't believe a 13 hits you.
No, 13 does not hit me.
Right? So you
She
are.
is dashing for a full 60 feet,
Out of there.
which please it means I'm out of the building. So my next action is she's just gonna continue running.
Okay. You do hear the cultists call it, "Someone escaped!" And that immediately garners their attention of Big Bad over there.
Doesn't matter. She did it. She's gonna gazelle her way as fast as she can to somewhere, and there we go.
Okay, so you were right here. So you had 20, then you dash. So you had, we'll say you're 40 feet out of there. Whoop. Into the oasis.
Bring it.
All right. Next up, Maldorwen, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna stand up
Yep.
and walk towards this guy and not towards Euan. And I'm gonna cast. Oh wait, I need to roll a Constitution saving throw first. Whoa. Poison.
Oh, you've been making them all night. No.
You are poisoned. Only 1 point of damage.
Yay! Okay, and I'm gonna cast silence, like right on top of this guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Silence. Go ahead
20
and read
foot
the
radius
spell.
sphere. So for the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere has immunity to thunder damage, and creatures have the deafened condition while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible.
Very nice.
And yes, that's my action. Then, with my bonus action, I'm just gonna attack with my rapier, trying to hold this guy down. I do have
Okay.
disadvantage because I'm poisoned. So, 21?
21 with disadvantage. You rolled a 5 plus.
Yes. Plus 6, so 11 plus 10 with my
your- okay,
conflict guidance.
Conflict guide you. Yes, that definitely hits.
Nice. Okay, so let's roll some damage on this bastard. Okay, 8 points of damage. And I do have advantage on the next attack that I make before my next turn because of mastery, but we'll see if that happens. And yeah, I was like,
Okay.
Maldorwen is just like not gonna say anything because, you know, we're happened. And
Yeah.
that's my turn.
You're just gonna shake a fist at you. All right. With that, it is the cultist's turn, who is now under the deafened, not able to escape as easily. But they are still seeing you all as distractions. Are going to flee. So you both get opportunity attacks if you'd like.
Or I can just make him stay there.
You can, yes. He's gonna need to make a strength save. Yeah.
A strength saving throw as the vines from his shoulders shoot out and wrap around him, or at least try to.
Right. So it's gonna be strength save. Uh-oh. Where am I? Where'd it go?
No, it's not there. He can't roll.
Ah!
He's stuck forever.
Yeah, that's
In the
kind of
blender
now.
with me and Maldorwen.
Like the uncomfortable silence, but forever. And it's just like we swing swords and like it just doesn't sound like anything's going on.
Just fully decapitate him. Can't hear it.
What's your save
Maris
DC?
is having a silent, nervous breakdown. In
Like,
the
can you imagine like a Jedi laser sword fight, like with the silence spell?
Yeah. I am going to keep him firmly planted between Maldorwen and I.
Alrighty, you would. Unfortunately, he's going to use a legendary resistance and break
he
free.
is.
He wants to break free. As the vines start coming up, you see him quickly like slice past them and just cut open the vines. And it does not grapple. That's
Yeah, I miss.
one of those legendary resistance down. Maldorwen misses. Is that your reaction to grab them with the vines?
Correct. That is
Okay.
my reaction to use
You
the
do not
vines.
get an op attack. So as he moves down 15, then another 30 straight down, or another 15 down, so that's 30. And he's just going to run right past you, Rhukkarrak. If you want, you can take an opportunity attack as well. Because it's been your turn. Yeah, you have your reaction back. So yeah, you can if you want.
If I do that, I can't parry.
That is true. Well, you will get your react. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because you won't get it back till the start of your turn.
Yeah. I mean, he got healed. Oh. Yeah, he's gonna try and tag him. Wait, no, never mind. He has been missing everything in this stupid poison cloud. And yeah.
So he will bonus action dash out of there. Roughly the same distance now Asja is. His passive perception is 17. Now, Asja is invisible. Asja, just go ahead and make a stealth check for me. We'll say... Because you are dashing, I'm not going to give you advantage. You are getting the stealth check because you are invisible. Ooh.
Oh, no.
That is unfortunate.
Oh no.
I saw it coming.
So with that, the cultist does see at least your general vicinity and is going to make 3 attacks towards you. They are going to have disadvantage, not triple disadvantage, but they are going to have disadvantage. First one. Um, 11 is not going to hit on the first one. The second one. 27 is going to hit. We're going to roll damage on that. Where did the damage go? So you take 8 points of slashing damage plus 20 points of radiant damage, for a total of 28 points of damage. And I need you to make a concentration check to see if you can maintain concentration on your invisibility.
It doesn't matter. Asja's down.
All right. With that, all of you in here can't see much that's going on. You can barely see silhouettes from the smog. But Rhukkarrak, you get a pretty good view. This is only like 20-ish feet away from you, currently what's happening. And you watch as he dashes with almost unelfly speed out of this building with straight purpose, and just quickly narrows his view on the subtle illusion, the disruption of the foliage that Asja is breaking as she's trying to dash away, and just strikes out, misses, and then strikes out again and connects as you see the blood start to spill down Asja's back as she falls unconscious, revealing herself
Rhukka
and dropping the sapling.
is going to cry out, just, oh no, Asja! But unfortunately, literally everyone else is inside the silence, so it does not help.
Yeah. Words do not reach their ears. As
I mean, they can see the distraught all over Rhukka, but it's up to them whether they can interpret what that means or not.
Yep. He does have one more attack action. He's not going to use it to strike down at Asja. But I'm not going to let him pick up the sapling either with that action, because he already used the attack action to do so. But he will turn around and shoot a blast of lightning energy towards you, Rhukkarrak. So it's going to be...
Great.
This is the natural one. He hits his friend. Okay, it's not.
And this is an attack?
It is an attack, yes. It's a ranged radiant ray is what it's called. So that does hit you.
His parry is not going to do much. I don't think it would apply in this case anyway.
Does that have to be a melee attack? That would make sense, but I could also see it being the other way.
Yeah, it is a melee attack. Okay, no, it's the blade ward that is any attack. And I don't have that up right now, so. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you take a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, that's such high roll. Yeah, 46 points of radiant damage. Ruka, what's your max HP?
It was down.
What is your maximum HP?
49.
Okay. Doesn't try to kill you, thank God. But yeah, you fall down. As you call out Asja, he turns around. You can't see the grimace on his face due to the mask, but you can just feel the anger and that light of just, yet again, white lightning strikes out towards you and just immolates you. And it's the worst searing pain you felt as everything just goes black. It is Damaris' turn. We'll say, actually, you guys can't hear anything anyway, so you don't hear what the cultist says. And Damaris just, wide-eyed, just looks freaked out, and starts rushing over to try to do something to help. He does not have another Mass Cure Wounds. That's a 5th level spell. Damaris he's a pretty good scholar, but not enough for double Mass Cure Wounds. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, I mean, he's going to just try to dash towards the sapling there. So he was right here. That's 20, 30. Yeah, we'll say that he can get like right on top of it and pick it up. But that's going to be his whole turn. This guy already used his reaction against Asja, so he does not get another opportunity to attack. But he cradles the sapling over there. Let's see here. Oops, wrong button. Alright, with that is Damaris' turn. We move to the cultist's turn. These two are going to rush out and attack Damaris. Rhukka, you still have not used your reaction. You can...
Rukka's unconscious.
You're unconscious, right? Never mind. You do not get a reaction. So as those two rush out as well and try to attack Damaris, Damaris is not looking great. His AC is only 12. That's going to hit. And oh my god. Alright, yeah, Damaris.
Another one? Really?
Damaris is down. Once again, drops the sapling there. As we then move on. Oh, these two start to move forward. And they're going to use their ranged attacks. We'll say 2 against Maldorwen, 2 against Euan. Oh, this one's a Maldorwen. That's a 13 only. Don't believe that hits. And then second one to Maldorwen. Oh, hello. Rolled too many times. A 17? Does that 17 hit you, Maldorwen?
Yes.
Okay, so 17 does hit you, so you take 8 points of damage there.
Okay.
And then 2 against Euan. This is... Let me double check, because thunder damage is halved, right?
Thunder damage we are immune to, I do believe.
Let me double check what
And
damage
silence.
type this is.
Yes.
Because if it's thunder, I don't believe it is. I think it's lightning. It's like...
You said it was lightning last time when they hit you and...
Yes. Yeah, lightning. Alright, so it does still hit you with the damages. So against Euan, that is only going to be, what, an 8 and a 10 to hit? Oh no, the 8 was the damage. So 10 for the first one does not hit. Second one is going to be a 7. So neither of those hit you, Euan.
Right.
As they move forward. These two are now going to continue to move as well. Forward up. Alright. We now move on to Euan's turn.
Right. Start of the turn, the tendrils are going to reach out towards Maldorwen and give him 10 temporary HP.
Okay.
As they do, Euan is going to turn and nod at Maldorwen and run the 40 feet out towards the way that What's His Nuts went.
Yep. I'll say you won't be able to get quite to them because they were 20 feet beyond this threshold here. You can get within 15 feet of them.
Right. How close am I to the cultists?
They are also like another 20 or 15 feet ahead of you because they're all kind of in that
15 feet
area.
ahead of me.
Right.
Do I see Asja?
You do. You see both Asja and Damaris on the ground there. And the sapling right next to them. Still glowing with that radiant light that kind of overcasts them as well.
Just
Euan
as
is
a
going.
note, if Asja is still touching it, Relandris is still touching it as well, because she still has that in her hand, not on her neck.
Okay, good to know. I think with Damaris picking it up, I don't think Asja is touching it any longer. Let me see if I can't. Let me try to, while you think here, Euan, for a second, I'm going to reorient the map so you guys can see a little more. We're just going to like move everything up a little bit to try to...
Yeah, because I need to actually see where things are.
All those up like 25 feet. Five. And then we'll be able to. So Euan was like right there. Asja's like right there. Aris, this guy, and like the two cultists there. Roughly, let me reveal Asja, she was still invisible. That's roughly what you can see going out of here. There is the big like archway of the Conflux exit, like above you, but help with the visual sake. What would you like to do, Euan?
Euan is going to let out an absolute primal scream of rage. And is going to inhale and breathe out a line of flame through the two cultists in a line there in front of him.
Okay, that's a dex save.
That is a dexterity saving throw, yes.
Yep. For the non-boss one.
DC 14.
It's a failure on the non-boss one. Go ahead and roll damage for that. And then for the boss one,
A total of 6 damage.
15, so the boss one does succeed.
So
3 damage there.
So much, I know.
And then you said 6
2d10
damage.
and I rolled 6.
That cultist in the back is looking pretty rough. He's looking not on death's door, but not great either. Alright.
That's all I
Yep.
done.
Rhukkarrak, it is your turn. Please give me a Constitution save and then a Death save. And Euan, I need you to make me a Con save as well.
Great. I will also add, as bonus action at the end of my turn, I will cast Produce Flame to hold in my hand. I cannot throw it yet.
Alright, but you have it
I
there.
will have it in my hand. And it will
Alright.
take the shape of a flaming axe. A flaming hand axe. It's a 14 to save.
Okay, 14.
Nope, 15. 15.
15, okay, so you do save.
Plus
on-
6 to con, not plus 3 or 5.
Yeah, and so you had a little bit less visibility, but it doesn't really matter. When you took 5 points of poison, Rhukka, you just took 3, so you do fail 2 saves, Rhukkarrak.
Yep. And just for anyone that's listening to this. I got a dirty 20 on my Constitution save for the poison, so I saved from that, and then I got a 7 on the death save.
On the death save.
But I still took the poison damage, so 2 fails.
Yep. You are no longer in the smog either. The border was like right here. But, so you won't have to take it for next turn. Asja, it is now your turn. Please make a death saving throw for me. And you are outside, so you do not need to make the con save. It is at advantage, yep. Thanks to your Elandris.
17.
It's hard to kill Gemborn elves. 17 succeeds! As the land just kind of pulses brightly alongside the pulse and hum of Jorge there. Asja succeeds the save. And we move on to Maldorwen.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll my con save.
Yep.
To see if I'm poisoned and whatnot. 19.
19 succeeds on both ends, so you do not get any effects other than the damage.
Right.
Which is 5 points.
Okay, I'm gonna drop silence either way, so
Yep.
I'm not gonna roll
Bloop.
con save. I'm just gonna run straight down.
Yep. A total of 30 feet, or would you like to dash?
Let's go 30 first.
Yep.
And okay, so I would be able to see what's going on outside the smoke from there, would I? I don't know.
Yes, you can. It's not like 100% clear visibility, but you can see more or less what's going on. You can see both
Okay.
Asja and Damaris lying right next to where the sapling is, and the cultists look like they're going to snatch it up very quickly.
Oh crap.
The sapling is like right on Damaris currently. He was the last one from Conflux.
Okay. So I guess I'm just gonna try and guiding bolt the leader here.
Yeah. We'll say you move a little like this, so you're not like I have 2 allies in front of you.
I'm just gonna shoot through their legs.
Pew! What was the total on that 20?
Yes.
20 definitely
30,
hits.
20. Okay. Oh, sorry. Gonna be half that because I rolled a crit.
Alright, so 15 points
Sorry,
is still
yeah.
very nice. So the leader takes that hit and stumbles a little bit, and you can see definitely some buildup of exhaustion on him. Not, yet again, not on death's door, but definitely wounded.
Okay, so yes, like Maldorwen is just like staring them down, like with hatred that turns into radiant rays, I guess. And then I'm gonna second wind. Or 1d10 plus my constitution hit points back. So wow, nice. 12? Yeah. That's good.
Very
And that's
nice.
my turn for now.
Alright, it is now the cultist leader's turn, who is going to step over Asja and Damaris' body and pick up the sapling.
I need him to make another strength save.
Oh, you do? How far? Because he can be within 30
I
feet of you?
have 30 feet.
Alright, we'll see. He does not have another legendary resistance. That's a 15?
That meets it, beats it. Yep.
Meets it, beats it. Oh, man. As the vines start to encompass him, he quickly dashes out from them and just looks back towards you as he leans down and picks up the sapling. He just calls out, "Was that so hard? Finish them!" As he then steps out and starts moving quite quickly away from the scene.
My life. I will end you.
Alright, so he is out of here with Jorge in hand.
Euan runs after him.
Damaris needs to make a death save here.
More like Damar was.
Oh, too soon! Alright, cultist turn. Ooh, these guys now rush up to Euan here. Well, one of them does. One of them will be a little more ranged. One's a little more bold than the other ones, or at least a little more crazy than the other one. Alright. So against Euan, that is only 9.
Nope.
The first one does not hit. The second one, gonna be only a 13. That also does not hit. Those guys do not hit. These guys move in.
Uh-oh.
They're there. You guys only get 20 because I moved it up a bit. Whoops. Get back. And they're there, not quite. No, that's 16. That's actually, what is the range on that? What is the range on this? I don't think it's quite. Oh, man, it doesn't tell me here. I'm just saying no. I don't get it. All right. But Maldorwen gets, because yeah, I don't think Euan's. I think the range is 40 feet, if I can remember right. This one will fire towards Euan, the rest of them towards Maldorwen. But one more against Euan here. Oh man, Euan's blocking everything. All right, then 3 against Maldorwen. 1, 18, 2, 17. And 3, 9. What's your AC, Maldorwen?
17. Yeah,
So
2 of them
beats it,
hit.
beats it, so 2 do hit. You
Yes.
take a 6 and 4, so 10 points of damage total.
Ooh, okay.
Alright, that is their turn though. Actually, these guys would have dashed, so they are kind of up in the fray now. But they did not get an attack.
That's not fair.
action. Alright, Euan, it is your turn.
Euan is going to step 5 feet to the east and blast a line of fire through both of the cultists.
Alright. So they need to make dex saves again.
Dexterity saving throws, yep. For half.
The one closest to you gets a 17, so that's a save. One on the further end, only a 7, so he takes the full. Go ahead and roll the damage there.
Total of 11 points of damage, so 5 to the one in front, 11 behind.
Yeah, that one in front there is looking very wounded. The other one is, he looks singed. But,
And then Euan is going to bull rush past the one in front of him and charge the one in the back.
yep. You want to just get right there, or position different?
One to the north.
Yep. You can do so. All right.
And will finish out his attack action.
Yep.
The greatsword swing for friggin' 14.
14. That beats their AC. They don't have great armor.
For 11 points of damage.
11 points. Okay. Pretty big slash there. Definitely looking wounded. All right. Then anything else for you?
No, that's going to be it.
Yep. We move back up. Rhukkarrak, I need you to make another death saving throw for me.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Because he
of
takes the death.
toxins.
Yep. So as Ruka dies, all illusion melts from him, kind of like the morning mist to the rising sun, if that mist was pure darkness. And he lies there as a bright sapphire blue Drakthir, covered in scars, mostly from battle wounds and his adventures. Some looks like claw marks, and some very precise and direct cuts. And he just lies there.
Azurka goes still. Asja, I need you to make a death saving throw.
I'm assuming a Constitution saving throw first.
Nope, you are not in the smoke.
Okay. That's a 10, dead on.
And succeeds. Is what you needed. 2 successes. Alright. Maldorwen, it is your turn. You clearly
Okay,
see
so I'm gonna roll a con save.
the illusion disapparate from Rhukkarrak there. 11. That is a failure. So you do take another 2 points of damage, and you are poisoned, and cannot see beyond pretty much where Rhukkarrak is. Your vision is roughly, I guess you can kind of see the cultists up here. Roughly your vision.
Okay. So, just gonna kind of shrug it off a little bit. To like raw, I don't know, like conflict energy flows through Maldorwen. I'm gonna cast a second level Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
For
That's a lot of
28
healing.
points back. And like he's just gonna scream Primal Roar, kind of like Euan, but you know, like the tiny version. And then he's going to second wind.
Okay.
Yes. 4, 6 more.
Total of
And-
26 hit points back. Very nice. As you still do feel that stronger connection to whatever this place is, that spiritual connection, and you see Alamore light still fading or coming down from the sky there, glistening off the glass dome. And you just, in that moment, call to the conflict, call to Alamore, and regenerate a lot of those wounds.
Nice. I'd like to think, like, you know, one kind of like spotlight shines through the canopy, and
Yep.
like his helmet is bright like a diamond, and tiny rage free action gonna run towards the enemy.
Okay. Run in which way? Down south or up north? There's
Up
enemies-
north. Let's try and just like hold down as many of them as I can, just like 15 feet up.
Yep.
And just like with the rapier, just like being ready to attack whatever comes near. And he's just
Alright.
like, yeah, yelling.
All right. Next up, it would be the boss's turn, but they are very far gone at this point. So we move on to Damaris, who gets to roll another death save here. 1 success, 1 failure. You then move to the cultist's turn. Most of which are going to close the distance here on you, Maldorwen. 2 are going to stay back a little bit, being a little more ranged. And 2 of them are going to rush forward to help with Euan. As we'll start with Maldorwen first. You get 4 attacks against you. The first 2 by you, that's only a 9, which is a miss. The second one is a 19, which is a hit. It's going to be 14 points of damage on that stab. Then the other 2 do their beams of energy towards you. 18 hits. And 17 hits, right?
Yes, it does, sorry.
Yeah.
My
That's
AC is
another-
17.
Yep. That's 10 plus, oh my goodness, double max damage on those. So another 20 points of damage. You took a
Oh,
total
okay.
of 20 plus 14, 34 points of damage that round.
Yeah, I had 33, so I'm down.
Oh man. All right. With that, you charge into the fray. You feeling Alamore like a spotlight on your back, but that also illuminates you to their weapons. And one after another, you feel the cuts and stabs, and then shock just kind of stun you for a moment as everything fades to black. Now, these 2 are going to attack Euan. That's another natural 20.
Natural 20.
And a 7. So 1 hits, which is going to be
Probably enough.
double this damage. So it is not going to get... So 14 plus... What, 7? 21 points? You are still raging though, right?
I'm still raging, yeah.
Okay, so let me do a little bit of calculation. So it's 5... How much hit points do you have left?
I have 9.
Okay, it is enough. As that... They just start to carve into you once more. Most of them looking... Well, some of them looking quite injured themselves, but very determined. And with that, you once again feel that raging fire in your chest. Just burning so hot you can't really see straight at this point. The emotions, the fear, the rage, the anger just is overwhelming. But in this moment, it's not enough. As you fall to the ground. And in your last moment before the darkness consumes you, you do see other hooded figures in the distance, charging towards your direction. But that is where the darkness consumes you, as you fall unconscious. And now, the motley hue remains unconscious. The darkness is ever present. It is consuming. It is everything. Currently. You all don't feel anything. It's peaceful, some might say. Rhukkarrak. The darkness churns for a moment. Then it stills. Cold, sharp, real. Above you, the stars shimmer in the deep indigo sky, untouched by warmth. The wind cuts across your scales like shards of ice. But you are still, focused. The world spreads out beneath you, cloaked in snow and silence. Far in the distance, Naharazeth rises from the frost like a jewel carved from the storm itself. The grand city of the Froststruck there, opulent, towering, and full of things that were never meant for the likes of you. You've always seen it for what it was. Not just a city of wealth and power, but a place of excess. A hoard clutched too tightly by those who already have everything. But this night is not about vengeance. It's about survival. You lie prone in the snow, overlooking a narrow pass, carved between the frozen hills. A caravan will come through soon, heavy with goods. Goods that were never going to reach your kin. And you've done this before, not as a thief, as a provider, a protector. You steal not for greed, but for honor. And then you hear it. A voice. Low. Steady. Orcish. A voice that once cut through the noise of a world that cast you aside. A voice that gave you a name. A purpose. A home. In a place where survival once meant solitude. He doesn't need to announce himself. You already feel the warmth of his presence beside you in the snow. Tell me what you see, he says. And just like that, you are no longer in the cult. You still got that look in your eyes. What's out there, Rhukkarrak?
I see the caravan. It is laden with many goods.
Is but the past. I see more in you. You look like you're waiting for the wind to name you. That's not how this world works, lad. Not in Eldrin, not in truth.
Wait,
You
who are you?
know who I am. I am the one who gave you comfort. The one who found you. My little gift of the shadows.
Lord of the Darkness?
No. And as you look over, you do see the fatherly figure that you have grown up with past several years, who's tutored you in the ways of dealing with honor, the ways of the orcish tribe of Neldrin Erd. The closest person that you can even begin to call family.
Oh, Father, sorry, I was confused. It's just, this place seemed familiar yet out of place.
I feel that is a constant with you. He takes a big sigh of breath. Rhukkarrak, you are who you choose to be. No mark, no bloodline. No whispered judgment from the cliffs or the gilded halls would ever outweigh that. The Earth Mother planted the seed, sure enough. But it's you who decides how it grows. And with that, he places a calloused hand on your shoulder. For a moment, you tense up, just reactive, but here it feels right. The truth is not your enemy, child. I know it stings. But it only does that because you hide from it. Kind of looks back out across the snowfall, seeing the caravan slowly making its way down. Who are you, Rhukkarrak? Who do you wish to be?
Ruka will kind of look down at himself, see his Snow White form that you normally take when he's on these expeditions, and slowly his scales will gain more color as it slowly turns to a more vibrant blue. And he will look over at his father. But what if the truth means that you were not meant to be who you are? That you are not actually my father?
He once again takes a big inhale of breath. And exhale, you can see his warm breath catch in the cold night air here. Just because we are not, per se, bound by blood, does not dictate that truth.
What does it mean when I belong to, as he glances over at the glistening city in the distance?
It means what you want it to be. Do you want to belong to them? It may be your birthright, but just because it's so does not mean you have to choose that way. Your choice is the truth. For you.
I will never, and as he's saying never, a little bit of a growl will enter his voice. I will never be part of that.
Just kind of gives a nod. The world has much more to offer you, child. Much more you have not seen, much more you still need to be a part of. And even I cannot see what's to come. None of us can. Remember to stay true to yourself, Rhukkarrak. The one thing no one can take from you. With that, he kind of pulls you in for a hug, and as you feel the warmth there, that contrasts of the bitter cold of the night air here, it just warms you up, and the vision fades. The sky starts to creep back, and darkness once again consumes you. Maldorwen, as your consciousness slips into shadow, the noise of the world fades, drawn away like a breath from a flame. Darkness surrounds you, not cold but weighty, ancient. Then the silence breaks. You stand upon a battlefield, drenched in aftermath. The ground is scorched and broken, scattered with the remains of once proud warriors. Shattered weapons, ruined armor, and fragments of Kertuzi's sigils litter the terrain. This is no imagined place. This is a memory carved deep into the marrow of your people, a site of honor, of sacrifice, of death. Your gaze is drawn forward. There at the heart of this ruin lies a Kertuzi warrior. Their body collapsed amid a bloom of fractured stone and bloodied soil. A powerful arrow piercing their corpse. And even now, in death, there is dignity in their form, though much of it is being stripped away. Perched among the corpse's limbs and chest are the Maldorwen, sacred birds, their dark feathers glinting with subtle iridescence, their sharp beaks method picking and pulling away flesh. They are not cruel, it is their nature. This is a rite, a quiet, reverent act of cleansing. Your people revere these carrion feeders, not just for their role in the cycle, but for what they take and what they leave behind. Still watching them work churns something in your stomach. Reverence and revulsion twist together. Then a gentle hand, but firm, grabs your shoulder. And you turn your head. And there she is, an elven woman, sharp of cheek and still as stone. Her features are refined and austere, etched with familiarity that stirs your very bones. You do not fully remember her, but there are parts that you have never forgotten. She stands beside you, her hand on your shoulder, her gaze also fixed on the carnage below. The warmth of her touch is steadying, an anchor amidst the wreckage. Conflict has followed you all your life. This. Not just the kind fought with blades and fire, a quiet war within. no one banner claims, no one anthem honors. She looks towards the Maldorwen birds, who continue to devour. Your people remember this field with reverence. But memory is not always truth. It is shaped, sculpted, much like that mask you wear. And she turns towards you. Tell me, will you ever remove it? The helm?
You're asking again. How could I say no?
You must ask yourself what you truly want, my beloved warrior. Not what tradition demands, not what the Katusi carved into you. Your war ahead is not just one of magic or steel. It will be a battle of will, of choice, of purpose.
Death used to be north, but now I'm just lost. Will you walk beside me?
Always. And forever. As the two of you start to walk amidst the ruin here, you see several faces that you can vaguely remember. No details, but names you have not forgotten. The helm you wear may shield you from the world, but it also shields you from yourself. When the time comes, will you have the strength to take it off and face what remains underneath?
I will. I also won't forget their names.
She gives a smile, warming, comforting. She kind of kneels down to meet your stature.
I won't forget what it feels like to wear it.
The choice is yours. It always has been. With that, she once again kind of pulls you into a tight hug. A warm embrace. One that soothes your weariness for just a moment. As, once again, the darkness begins to consume you. And the last thing I remember seeing is her gentle smile. A smile that without words lets you know that no matter where you go, what your decision will be, she will be there with you. The darkness then claims once more. Asja. As the chaos of battle fades, your body succumbs to the stillness. But your spirit drifts. Darkness curls around you, not cold or cruel, but soft and enfolding. Then slowly it begins to shimmer as light sweeps in, brilliant and golden, until it overwhelms everything, and your senses twist and reform. Warmth touches your face. A breeze carries the scent of blooming trees and sun-kissed earth. You open your eyes to find yourself in Mithrandel, not as it is now, but as it was in your childhood. It is a quiet, radiant day beneath Alamore's gaze, the sun dappling through the canopy above. Children laugh as they chase one another through patches of moss and flowering vines, their joy echoing through the open-air courtyard of your youth. You sit on a bench grown from living wood, its smooth curve shaped by careful hands and gentle magic. Beside you rests a familiar figure, older now than in your memories, her caramel skin lined with age, yet her eyes remain as clear and kind as ever. Shalana. She turns to you with a smile, touched by every season of her long life. Compassion radiates from her presence like warmth from a hearth. For a fleeting, aching moment, the weight you carry seems to lift. The world's burdens fall quiet. Here in this dream, this memory, it's sacred. You are home.
There you are, little starling. Still chasing the wind, even in your dreams.
Chasing dreams, and the wind keeps blowing them further away from me.
She gives a knowing nod.
Asja will turn to fully face her.
I used to worry you'd never sit long enough to listen. But look at you now. Walking paths I never dared to imagine. Carrying burdens meant for those twice your age. And yet, still full of fire. I see you, Asja. Not just the girl who used to braid flowers into my robes, but the young woman who stands for something greater than herself. I watched you grow into someone who leads with both heart,
Kind of gestures towards your chest.
and conviction. You don't always know the answers, but you always seem to ask the right questions, which is rare.
Asja's going to just lean in to her.
She embraces
Sorry,
you.
Claire needs a moment. Collecting
arm.
self. I miss you so much. Every day without you is so hard.
I know, child. And yet, you still make it through. What the future holds is not fair. It's not just, if you could even call it that.
And how should I punish your son?
Just looks over to the children running in the courtyard there. Takes a deep inhale.
He has lost his way.
But he is still one of us. Maybe I could... Maybe if I can find her, it will help. Can this
I'm
moment
afraid
just
it's not
last?
possible. If only it could.
Is she here?
among others.
At least with that knowledge, I might be able to give him some peace.
She looks back towards you, gaze full of warmth.
I am so proud of what you've become. And yet,
I'm trying to be brave, but I'm scared.
it wouldn't be living if we all weren't a little afraid. Know
I
this,
keep
though.
making so many mistakes. Sorry. Go ahead. Patterns of the old.
Know this, though. No matter what this world throws upon you, the future, distant, yet rushing towards us all. No. But through it all, I will always be by your side. You are never alone. Not truly.
And when it is my time to leave Alamore's path, I cannot wait to give you a big hug again.
But it doesn't have to wait that long, and she embraces you once more.
Asja will hug her and just whisper, I miss you.
And I you, dear. The future holds a mystery. But I know whatever it does hold, you will be very vital in its making.
Hopefully in my next life I can just be a baker. And she's just gonna hold on to her grandmother as tightly as possible.
And she
Just not let go.
embraces you with just as much affection. And as you feel that a weight lifted for this brief moment, whatever this place is, a vision, a dream, a glimpse of the beyond, you don't know, but currently, you don't really care. As the warmth begins to once more consume you, not in a harmful, painful way, but a way of peace and comfort. The shadows once again take you. Euan.
Oh boy.
Lovely green drac there. The darkness doesn't fade. It is driven back. A wave of heat surges through you, not searing but immense, all-encompassing. Flames curl at the edges of your senses, pushing the shadows away with relentless force. It is not pain you feel, it is presence. Just as the blaze threatens to swallow you whole, a hand, scaled, red, and strong, reaches through the firelight and clasps yours. There's a weight in that touch, familiarity, strength. You're pulled upwards. Your balance returning as the world reforms around you. The flicker of flame settles into the steady roar of a hearth. You stand in a home forged of warmth and stone, Sindarian in design. Rustic yet resolute, the kind of place where stories are passed down more often than meals. The scent of embers and aged wood clings to the air. Beside you, nearly your height, stands a figure cast in crimson. His scales catch the firelight like polished iron. His presence firm and unmoving. He does not smile, but there is something in his gaze. Quiet pride, deep memory, a stoic expression you could never forget. He looks at you not as you were, but as who you are, and who you may yet become.
But you look at you now, standing tall, burning brighter than you ever did. Fire is not just in your blood anymore, it's in your eyes.
Euan will kind of look around, taken aback almost at the voice, and then step back into a smart salute to the captain.
None of that now. You know I have never been one for fancy words. You knew that. But I see what you've become. You're not just a young hatchling swinging wild in the courtyard, trying to prove yourself. I see the Quran, plain as day. You carry something ancient now, something powerful. Aye, it burns, as it should. It means it's real. And you're not following footsteps anymore, lad. You're making your own, carving them into stone.
He kind of takes a poker and starts fueling the fire before sitting down on one of the benches and gazing deep into the embers that flicker.
Those days are very long behind now. But it's good to see you again. And Euan will sit down as well. Pulling up a stool by the hearth to feel its warmth. And still not quite believing what he's seeing, staring at Captain Rua as he speaks.
As the two of you take in the moment. No word shed for just a brief moment. Two of you sitting there in silence, as so often was the case, before the crackle of fire breaks the silence. And then Rua speaks up once more.
What's coming? It'll test you. Not just your strength. It'll press in your spirit. That'll whisper. Fear will creep. Folks will try to tell you what you should be. Don't let them. It's the one inside. It's the one you cannot afford to lose.
Euan looks down at the fire, kind of averting his eyes now from the captain. And in a very rare moment of weakness, he will sigh, he will slump his shoulders. But how do I know if I'm strong enough? I failed again. I failed to protect them. I failed to protect the ones that mean the most to me. And again, it all happened again, Captain. If I can't protect those around me, how can I protect anyone? I'm so tired of watching the people that I grow to love die around me. It was you. It was everyone. And now it's them. It was the ones traveling with me to Mithrandel. Every time I find a place, I feel like I belong again. I can't protect them, so how can I be expected to do anything?
He stays still for a moment, The poker still just like clinging in his hands. I am proud of you. Not because you're strong, but because you never give up. Those around you, they may fall, as the past is shown. You cannot deliver that burden on yourself. It was not your fault.
It's not the first time you said those words to me.
And I don't believe it will be the last either. We cannot control exactly how fate drives us forward. But through the storm that it brings, we can stand resolute and give it our all. And I know you will do just as so.
The only thing I can do is my best. I can't promise I won't falter. I can't promise I won't mourn. I still mourn you. But I can try to live for the memory of our people. And the memory of those around me who have lost their lives, fighting with and for me. I heard a gnome the other day sing a song from Cinder Tree. The first time I've heard our language outside of my own thoughts. And I know you've told me not. I know that you've told me not to blame myself, but there's so many still not laid to rest, Rua. And I know I'm spiraling. I know that I can't do everything.
You know just as well as I. This guilt weighed heavy on me as well in life. It is not easy to overcome. You have to remember all that you helped along the way. All those that are better because of your presence. It is so easy to look upon those we've lost. What I find helps the most is looking for those we've gained.
And Euan's thoughts will drift first to Maldorwen, who has seemed confused with many of the things going on, but who he feels understands him from that military capacity, the understanding of duty and of what you're trained to do and how you're trained to do it, and the brotherhood that he's found there. And then to Rhukkarrak, who still needs guidance, but is starting to come around, is starting to open up. and then finally to Asja as he reaches up and touches the Elandris around his neck. And the true happiness that he has felt traveling with all of them, but especially her, and the bond that they have. And there's a moment where that clawing pain of doubt of you let them die tries to claw at him. And as always, the captain's presence helps to calm him. And with the captain there, he is able to push back against those feelings that are threatening him.
They still need you, Euan. The world does. And when the time does come, your amber does fade. We will all be here waiting for you.
I look forward to being reunited with you one day. And the rest of our people.
Hey. Staying strong. Staying bright. Not just for yourself, but for all of us. We know you can. We'll be there right with you when you do.
I will not let the memory of our people fade, Captain.
That he takes a deep inhale of breath and looks towards you, and if Captain Ruha would smile, this would be probably the closest thing you would get to a smile. More in
That's
the eyes
accurate.
than anything. Before letting a big torrent of breath flame onto the pyre of the hearth that grows brighter and brighter. It consumes the entirety of this vision before darkness fades or consumes once more. Consciousness returns slowly, like surfacing from beneath the heavy tide. The aches come first, sharp, pulsing reminders of battle. In the cold, damp air, your limbs are stiff, your wounds tender despite the care clearly given. As your eyes adjust, you find yourself in a small square room with little more than a few simple cots and faint lantern light casting soft shadows across the stone walls. The others begin to stir as well, groaning softly or shifting beneath rough blankets. Each of you bears signs of recent mending, bandages freshly tied, the smell of herbal goodness, words, my brain. The smell of herbs permeates the air here. There's an old, lingering dampness here. The air is heavy with moisture, and the scent of mildew clings to the back of your throats. Water trickles faintly somewhere beyond the walls. After a moment, you steady yourself and exchange tired glances. You step as you all see each other. Rhukkarrak, I'll say you're extra excited. But alive. You have a very fresh scar, though.
So as Ruka, I'm assuming that he was revived. Well, he is revived, but when the spell was cast on him to revive him, the shadow will almost immediately start gathering around him to reform the illusion of an orc, and it will temporarily be there, but while he is unconscious, it will kind of flicker in and out until just before he wakes up, when it will finally snap into clarity.
Okay, so you all view Ruka in his orcish, palish form as you all come to consciousness in this darkened alcove of a room.
I think Asja is just going to kind of turn over and turn her back to everybody and just lay there for a few minutes, just trying to process everything that's just happened from start to finish.
Does Ruka recognize this room as the room that the other patients were in before? From the
You do not recognize this room, not at all, no. It's very different from the Spire of Devotion that you were in the previous, or earlier today.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's gonna kind of look around the room to see if they are captured.
Well, there's a archway that leads off into, if you peer out, you can kind of see it opens into a larger room beyond. There's no bars or any signs of you've been caught.
If that's the case, he is absolutely exhausted. He's just gonna kind of lean into his cot and see what the others will do.
Do you know where we are? Ruka?
I don't recognize this place. I've never been here. Have any of you?
No. I've
I
never
don't
been here.
recognize you where we are.
Does anyone know what happened after Asja fell?
I tried to fight some of them back, but I was cut down. Maldorwen ran into the fog, and I couldn't see him after that.
What about you, Mal?
I tried to fight, but it was too late. I'm sorry.
Well, it sounded like you chose to fight with us. And I appreciate that, at least. I really hope that they didn't drag us here, wherever here is.
Are we sure we're not dead?
Quite frankly, I think it hurts too much for us to be dead.
Yes.
You all can put yourself at 10 hit points, by the way.
Euan will stand up. I assume our weapons and everything were brought with us.
Yeah. They're all set beside you in a kind of clump. But yeah.
Euan will very slowly get up out of the cot that he's in, kind of holding on to it over to the pile of weapons to find the greatsword so he can use it as his mobility aid. And will go over to Asja's cot. And I'm assuming, normal cot is not going to be big enough for me to like sit down at the foot of the cot or anything. It's going to be
Probably
big
not.
enough for the person.
Right.
So instead, even though knowing that it's going to be pain, Euan is going to sit down on the floor next to the cot. Sit in silence for a moment. And then simply say, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. It won't happen again.
Asja is a relatively dexterous person. And the moment Euan starts to speak, she is just going to, pain be damned, flip over and fling her arms around Euan's neck and bury her head into his shoulder. And he will feel, even though there's no sound, he's gonna feel the shaking of her just crying. And when he finishes speaking, she's just gonna shake her head. I promised to protect you, and that didn't work either.
Guess that means we're going to have to stick together until we can fulfill that promise, doesn't it?
And she nods her head. But first, I am really, really trying to fight off just setting this whole city on fire so that I can get the Heartroot tree back. It's a very strong urge.
I can understand that.
When you kind of look up from Euan's shoulder, and everyone can see at this point she is full on crying. When you all fell down, and did any of you see anything? I think maybe for a short time I was dead. Like, dead. Because before I woke up here, I remember feeling... I was running. I was just trying to get out of there, and I remember feeling the blade of his sword going down my entire spine. And then there was darkness, but then I was in Mithrandrap. And my grandmother was there. Everyone was there. And now I'm back here. Is anyone else? I don't know.
I got to have a much needed conversation with a very old and very dear friend. And he reminded me of what was important.
Wait. Maldorwen, did you also see someone who's gone on before? Someone who's died?
Yes. Felt like I became part of the past. That's where I was. I think.
But that can't be. I saw my father, and he shouldn't be dead. I need to. Oh, and he's going to like try to get up, and just all the strength is going to go out of his arms. And he's going to collapse back into the cot. I need to send a message or something. Is he dead? He's gonna just reach for his bag or something, stuff next to him, and just start digging through it, trying to find something. Realize that he doesn't have any quill or paper. Just, maybe I just need to get some sleep, and then I don't.
Perhaps it was just a visit from the ones we needed visited by the most.
But you all.
I think that's probably right. Rhukkarrak, everyone I know who's alive is in this room. I don't think any of you have sage wisdom for me the same way that my grandmother did. Everyone else I know, well, except for my father, is dead. So it makes sense that, for me at least, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I didn't die, maybe it was, as Euan said, just what we needed to hear, but at least for Euan and I, everyone we know is dead, except for the two of you.
I really hope that is the case. I wouldn't want to return to an empty home.
No. No, you wouldn't. And I hope for your sake that does not happen.
Hopefully, it could just be one of the visions or nightmares or whatever that are associated with my, yeah.
For the record, Euan did not see Rhukkarrak dead.
Right.
He was too fixated on Asja.
I think the only one who did truly see Rhukkarrak's true form, if you would say, would be Maldorwen.
She was already bleeding out at that point. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Around this time, the arch doorway is shadowed by a figure in a cloak, but a familiar face, as Cyril stands in the doorway. I'm glad you all are alive. The eyes Rhukkarrak. Hope it was worth it. Cost a pretty penny. And you can see quite a bit of wounds and bandages on her as well. Sorry I didn't get there sooner.
It was not a fight we could have won.
We took down
I've never felt the bite of a blade like that.
We need to stop whatever is coming. And we need allies. There's a couple of us here looking to fight for the cause. Hell, we took down a decent number of their leftovers. But what you said is true, looking towards Asja. They're planning something for tomorrow. We only have but hours before that comes. We need to gather as many people as we can. You know. She looks towards Rhukkarrak again. Some blades would listen to you. I hope the rest of you have
I can talk to him.
connections throughout the city. No. And she kind of, clutches her fists together. As she's crossed-armed, kind of leaning up against the doorway there. Just a bit of frustration crosses her face. This is hard. But we have to try, right?
Where is Damaris?
He's in another room. Hopefully, he'll awake like you all did. One of our medics looked after you all. She eyes the different bandages on you all. It's nothing stellar, but at least got you up.
Why me?
She kind of takes a deep breath in and doesn't meet your gaze for a moment. I'm a pretty good judge of character. At least I'd like to think. I could tell you're on the fenceness, if that's what you want to call it. Hopefully, you were downed because you fought against them. So that's what I assumed. And I looks at the rest of you with eyes like
that.
Good. Might be crucial to have someone like you, even if you've strayed that connection, finding someone to talk to. We know that something will happen tomorrow, but where? When? Need to find that information? Need to gather as many people, yourself included, now she eyes you, Maldorwen, to stop what's coming. We do have one capture. They are very reluctant to talk. I don't know if any of you have abilities, magics, to loosen tongues. But it might help as well.
If you can give me a minute, I can try something.
For a brief moment as well, Euan's eyes take on that predatorial look, a wild, feral look from earlier. And if that doesn't work, I'll beat it out of them.
Let's get moving. That she steps out of the doorway there, back into the larger room just beyond your little room here.
You all, I guess, go ahead for a minute. I just, I'll do a little meditation, and I'll be able to get at least Bell back, and hopefully I can strongly suggest to him that he really wants to talk to us.
I need to get going as soon as possible to send a message, and then I can talk to my comrades. But it's probably going to take me a few minutes to get the strength as well.
Sorel kind of pops her head back into the room. Oh, by the way, you all are targeted. Whatever fiasco happened at the ball, it seems it's been blamed on you. I don't know why, but if you travel the city, I'd recommend doing so at least with one other person, and subtly. That she leaves again.
How in the world did...
Someone on the inside must have said something.
Great.
Perhaps speaking with Jean Yuan can clear our name. As when this all started, we were talking with them.
If they're not the ones that did throw us under the bus in the first place.
I think the information we have was too valuable for them to throw us under the bus.
That is true. I'm jumping to conclusions.
Well,
Just
you also heard what Cyril said. And when she said that I severed that connection, it's because I was working with them. I am at fault for what happened at the wall. Well, not all of it, of course. But I fear my words did serve their purpose. I'm not sure.
We all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, you chose to fight with us.
if you did nothing beyond what we saw, then your involvement was minimal and you fought by our side to stop more death. So you cannot take all this on yourself. Anyway, I need to, and he's going to try and get up again. He'll be a little bit unsteady and kind of wobble on his feet a little bit before he steadies. I need to get going. I don't know if anyone here wants to try and come with me, but and he's going to just transform into his black Draktyr with amber eyes visage.
Okay.
I think I can get around relatively easily.
Unfortunately, I believe this means that I should stay out of the city as much as possible. I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb.
I might be able to hide a few things if they have any extra clothing, but I also... one of a kind. She smiles, or at least forces a smile on her face.
Well, you were able to come out of nowhere back in the fight. Can you do something like that again?
After we rest, and I can get all my spells back and everything, sure, but not right now.
What time is it? Is there any indication as to what time it is?
You have no clue.
Okay, other than what she said that this thing is happening in a few hours. Okay.
You assume it was roughly Alamor was starting to set during the fight, so you don't know how long you were unconscious. Maybe a couple hours. I don't know. Probably well into the night.
Well, does anyone here need anything?
My halberd from the enchantment shop.
Do you need to make any payment on it? Or do you think they'll give it to me?
I mean, I did see you in there with me.
Right.
So if you said that I sent you to pick it up, they would probably give it to you. It's already paid for with the armor that I traded in.
But we're wanted. Darn it.
Maybe I can talk
But-
to Sorrel.
We're wanted by the Sunspire. I wonder, when I was in the captain's office the other day, he almost, I don't know, the way he put, we're here to help the Dominion again. Maybe they don't have the same allegiance. Maybe that's our allies. Maybe the captain will believe us. I mean, he's seen us fight. He knows credibility. He knows that I went to him with the information that I got immediately.
That is
Maybe,
true.
just maybe that is one ally we can get in. I don't know.
You could also try and, I don't know, deceive them. Tell them you're there to collect the halberd as evidence. Something like that.
Well, I'll talk to the Sunblades. They at least will hear me out before turning me in. And maybe get their opinion. And then I can probably talk to the captain, maybe get your halberd. Oh, I really wish that you had the spell right now. I could really use... Anyway, I don't think we have time to waste.
Are you okay going by yourself?
I should be.
I think we should take Cyril's warning seriously. And if someone is able to go with you, I think it's best we travel in pairs. There's strength in numbers.
Alright, well, if you give me a minute. Dad, can you make the guy in the room talk?
Probably.
Not just poop his pants and, things like that, but... Okay, so maybe the two of you make him talk? I don't mean to be mean, Ruka, but I do talk to a room a little better than you. So maybe I do the whole poof from sighty thing again. I follow you back.
But you're also very persuasive. Maybe
I
you
know.
would be able to gather something from the one
Actually?
that was captured.
Let me think
I
about it.
think
Hold on. I could make one of you invisible to go with Ruka. Sorry. I haven't really. Okay, look, I used to use it a lot during hide and go sneaks. It's not like I would do this to other people, but I kind of forgot. I could make one of you invisible, and then I could stay here to help persuade the guy. If we're going in pairs, is what I'm saying.
I think that's a good idea.
I would agree, but in terms of mobility, I still shouldn't be out, even if I'm trying to sneak around.
So it's me and Rhukkarrak. Do you trust me?
Yes, I trust you, because you saved my life.
What about Rhukkarrak?
I don't not trust you.
Guess we'll have to do for now. And I still have some magic here, Ruka. So, cure wounds.
Ooh, fancy.
And then on myself. Okay.
Very nice.
How are you good at sneaking in case the spell has problems?
This will be good for
I'm
1
small.
hour.
Yeah, I can move around.
Okay. Well then.
All right, just give me 1 minute. And she's gonna settle down on the cot and just kind of go into a meditation and very calmly sit there for a minute to regain do. And then after a minute, why am I even marking that?
That's
That I even
spellbound.
have a spells. Yeah, right. I just left it marked.
As
She
Asja
will-
is meditating, I think Maldorwen would kind of like pipe up and say, "There's also another way I could go and have no one recognize me."
What is that?
If I took my helmet off.
You would do that?
Okay,
If-
18 out of concentration check because she's gonna stay meditating. All right.
What?
No, back to what it is. No.
If it, I think it would be something to consider.
I also think it would be good for you to look at the world through your own eyes instead of through the helmets.
I think if I took it off, I would be more useful in finding information. I could go as myself and ask with the cultist. They don't know me as myself, I mean.
I think that sounds like a very good plan.
I mean, if Asja is right, I already died. With you, all of you, beside me. I told you I would do it. I told you I would tell you my name if it came to that, and I don't know. Even if you don't fully trust me, I think I do trust all of you.
At this point, Euan will take. Think like Family Guy. The scene is just a little bit too long, trying to stand up from the ground. Will finally get up to his feet and walk over to Maldorwen. Put his hand on Maldorwen's shoulder and say, "Whatever it is you decide, brother, I am glad you chose to fight on this side of the conflict. I would much rather have you at my side than at my blade."
Yes. And right now, you are my brethren, my nation, my blood. And I guess here goes nothing, as Maldorwen is going to remove his helmet.
It's stuck. No, just kidding.
Oh my god, that was so amazing.
The whole head comes off like a Lego piece.
Oh.
The headless Maldorwen.
Oh, man.
In all seriousness, though, the metal helm that you can't remember the last time you took off. It's been decades. As you lift it off, that innate magic within it almost beckons you, "Are you sure?" And you remove it still. And go ahead and describe what the people see underneath.
So, as he takes it off, like, the first thing that you would be able to see is, like, his full smile for the first time. So he kind of, like, looks around the room at everyone for the first time, kind of. And just like Breeza, he has some space in between his teeth. He's actually not as tan as her, as you can tell that, you know, he's been more of a cloistered person who is a scribe. And he has curls that are kind of like a pale golden color, and his skin is more like pale cinnamon with some freckles around his nose, which is quite large. And that's why the helmet is shaped like that to a degree. His ears are also long, kind of like same size as Asja's, even though he's smaller. And they obviously poke out of the curls that like unfurl as he takes the helmet off. And his gaze is very sharp, as like he looks around and like his eyes are wide open. But then as he blinks, his gaze softens a lot. And now that he can look at you guys without it on, like he kind of seems more, or like seems at peace and like at rest, and like his expression is kind of a confident, like half smile that is very soft. And he just like, after turning his head for like a third time, looking around, will say, "What? Do I have something in my teeth, my hair?"
Would you share with me your name?
Yes. I am Dionysius Maximus, Nontio Macula. But you guys can call me Din. That's what Brisa used to do.
Euan will fully pick you up and put you in the bear hug and say, "It's good to finally meet you, Din."
It's good to finally take it off. I'm sorry, everyone. And I promise I will be the ally I am supposed to be.
Euan will put you down.
At this point, Asja will crack open an eye. Hey, your hair is the same color that mine was. Ha! That's what you look like. And both eyes just open, and she'll just stare at you.
Ta-da, I guess. It's not much. I hope, Tarin likes it.
I'm
think
sure
she
she
will.
will.
Well, Din,
Yes?
as you said before, Maldorwen had died. So we can put that all in the past. Please be sure to stay true to what you had just said.
I will. I'm gonna need a fake name for now, at least. I don't know. I can't think of one now.
You could just be Greg.
Oh, Greg sounds
Relatively
good.
common game.
Right, Greg. Okay. I will try and find new clothes as well. See if I can find something more discreet, I guess. At least a cloak.
Maybe they have something here, or maybe you can get to the living district and maybe look at some clothes there.
Right. I would
They
leave
don't
this
seem
with you.
Patrol the living district very much, I would assume.
Sorry. Yes, that's a good idea. And Maldorwen would leave his helmet with Juan.
Okay.
I'll put that in my inventory.
I can just imagine a wicked tan line on Din's head. the top half just pretty pale, the bottom half pretty tan.
I'm envisioning some impeccable helmet head with that luscious
The
curly
helmet hair, yeah.
too. Yeah.
It's like biker hair,
Well, Greg, should we get going? Stop by the living district, get you a change of clothes?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. So as Rhukkarrak and Greg, 3 names in one night, head out into the open room here, you see a vast circular chamber. And it's quite reverent, as if the room itself is holding its breath. A shallow, still pool rests at its center, reflecting the low ceiling above. Around and all over you, networks of glass tubing curve and wind through the stone, faintly lit by the flow of water inside. The tubes gleam, pristine and modern, which is very stark different than the rest of the interior here, which is smoothed by the ebb of time. very much a difference of the tubular being very new, and the rest of it being very old. You see a couple other hooded figures moving about their duties, if you would. You're not completely alone here. As Cyril is amongst some of them, causing or in some conversation before she eyes you and kind of nods with a peculiar expression, seeing Maldorwen or Greg now about to help. She'll make her way over to you after conversing a little bit. So, what are your plans?
We want to make a covert trip. Do you happen to have a change of clothes for my friend Greg here?
Greg, eh? We have a cloak or two. There's one that's small, might be a little big. It will fit.
Yes, Greg, I guess.
Just kind of nods with a curious expression. Give me a moment. She ducks away and returns just a brief moment later with a shabby little cloak that she throws at you.
Thanks.
That will save us an extra stop. Thank you. We're planning to go to the chapter section to see if we can get some help. Maybe pick up some supplies. Talk to the chapter master.
That'd be good. I mean, I'm not positive on the Rongar's position regarding your group, but it might not hurt to ask. I'd first stop by the Sunblades, though. If you have them by your side, I think the Rongar would more heed your words.
That was definitely the plan.
One other question. Do any of you know personally the Counselor Brightflame? The one that aided in the fight at the ball?
I don't.
Was it the guard person?
The one who came down in a ball of fire and destroyed most of those elementals? That one?
Oh, right. Personally, no. I think we all briefly talked to her, but...
Well, that's unfortunate. If we could get her by our side, I think that would help quite a bit.
I mean, Asja might have talked to her a bit more. She was there. You may want to talk to her about that.
But how else would you suggest we go about doing that? Do you have any idea in mind? I mean,
if
we
you
could try and reach out to her.
Contacts that might know her, a contact of a contact, if you would. She stays quite true. And has a knowing look in her eyes. Doesn't deal with a whole lot of emotions around the room.
Like I said, Asja stayed there after we left. She might know better.
Well, good luck, and be quick.
We could also try the Spire District. Just see if by chance we run into her.
I'd probably not recommend that, just because the guard there are probably going to be a lot more enforced. I guess you guys' disguises do hold quite well. But, I don't know, it's risky. It's up to you, though.
I think we try the less risky stuff first. See how far we can get.
Time's a ticking. And that she gives you a nod.
Yes.
And goes back to having some other conversation. And she does give you a little bit of directions, a way to exit And then it does point you to where Damaris was staying as well, and the room where the captive cultist is. You all have that information. It would have been passed along. Alright, so as the two of you just start to head out towards the desert chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then, Asja and Euan, what are you two doing?
Well, I guess we have a captive to go and question. This should be fun. I have a little bit of pent-up anger.
It's going to be very fun. Euan says very menacingly as he cracks his knuckles.
You know, I've never really liked drinking, but if we make this through, I really want to have a very strong drink. I know that maybe what I saw when I was, whatever I was, dead, alive, half dead, maybe supposed to bring me joy, but it just opened a wound that I thought I had closed. Well, doesn't matter anyways. According to my grandmother, I have big things that I was never prepared for ahead of me, but she has complete faith that I'm gonna probably completely mess it up, but that's okay.
I have complete faith in you too, little one.
Glad somebody does around here. Right now, really trying not to blame myself for that tree, for the sapling not still being in our possession.
I did blame
could've-
myself. But I think
shouldn't.
Captain Rudd talked me out of it.
Is that who you saw?
Aye. It's good
I'm
to
glad
see
you
him
got
again.
To see him. It was nice. She's gonna get up. Okay. This one hurts even more than the wyvern tail through my stomach did. How did you do this for a living? And she's gonna start hobbling towards the door as she's side-eyeing Euan.
Who is also hobbling towards her as well, slightly slower. I never said it didn't come with drawbacks.
Well, we better limber up before we get there because we're going to be very intimidating if we walk in looking like this.
Oh, you're probably right. Alright, chin up, forward march, let's go.
Alright, let me turn the rock. She smiles, puts that smile on her face, and yep, let's go. And the dress will fix itself and the dress will clean itself because those are the two things she got, and the reason why she got them was so she always looks pretty good.
Yeah, they were never dirty. They were always clean. Boom.
Yep, exactly.
Perfectly laundered.
Meanwhile,
I like
Euan
pristine with the
casting,
blood stains in the hair
Right.
kind of sticking out to the side and all the rest of it.
Meanwhile, Euan casting mending every few steps to mend another hole in his kilt.
Alright. So as Asja and Euan enter a small room not too dissimilar to the one you just exited, you see a gagged figure in the reddish clothing that is completely tied and bound. Just on the side there is one other individual in the room here who looks towards you, kind of gives a nod. Meanwhile, Rhukkarrak and Maldorwen, or Greg, or Din, whatever Greg will say in this case, exit the hideout here. You are given instructions, and it's a bit of a confusing maze to enter as you walk through different corridors of ancient stone. before finding a secret little entranceway, or exit in this case, that leads back out into the Oasis district. You reorient yourself a little bit and don't know exactly your surroundings, but you start to head on foot towards the nearest airway. And that is where we are going to pick up next week. Oh man. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We got a lot happened tonight.
We need to talk about how often you make me cry in these sessions, Starfish.
I told you it was going to be a doozy.
I'm going to be sending you therapy bills and possibly Kleenex.